up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hey everybody, what's up? Hey y'all, what's going on? I hope y'all having a good, what's today? Y'all, what's today? Is today Wednesday? Yes, today's Wednesday. Girl, I hope you having a good Wednesday. What's going on? Oh my gosh. What's going on in the comments? Yes, y'all. Yes. Okay, hold up. I was looking at the child. Y'all had me scared for a second. I thought y'all were talking about something else. Yeah, y'all, we got some things to get into. I hope y'all are having a good day. I know it's a lot going on out in the world. All right, girl. I know. But think it over. Ooh, life is a four-leaf clover. Ah, think it over. Ooh, life is a four-leaf clover. Ooh. All right. Girl, I was trying to think of a song right quick because I was in here listening to Black Thought and I wasn't about to start rapping Black Thought for y'all, okay? Because I ain't listened to it in a minute and you know how you only know the lyrics when a song is playing. All right, y'all. You know, it's some. If you're in the Discord, you know it's some mess going on. Okay, we gonna get to the mess. All right, y'all gotta wait on the mess. The mess ain't here just yet, so hold on. Okay, holding on. It's very hard to do when love is gone, and that's no lie. Holding on. Very hard to do when love's gone. Yeah. All right. I just came from getting a massage, y'all. So forgive me. There's probably lint in my hair because that lady put a towel over my locks and was rubbing my head with a dry towel, and it felt great. But I feel like now I'm looking at my hair. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, bitch. Okay, that's okay. It's time for me to get my shit redone before we go out of town because Reset by Design Wellness is taking me to East Africa, Mauritius. Okay, I know some of y'all are coming. Some of my old girls who came on the first trip are coming. All right, I can't wait to see y'all again. It's going to be a great time. Next year, Reset by Design Wellness is going to Fiji and Bali. Fiji is a group trip. So if you a man, if you a woman, if you anywhere in between, child, non-binary, trans people, white people, black people, Latino people, sluts, skip, scap, scallywags. Listen, not all of them, but okay, everybody can come to Fiji in February. Link down below in the description box. And if you want to come on the wellness retreat, which is, really about restoration, reset, realign. You do all the re's. Reset. Okay? And if you need that reset, girl, click the link down below in the description box and come with us to Bali. Girl, we had such a damn good time in Bali. Let me tell y'all something. Okay? I went to this spa called the Putrid Spa. When I tell, listen, bitch. And Bali is good, y'all, because Bali is not as expensive. At least it wasn't when I went in 2025. But since, y'all stupid ass president, shout out to Roxanne, has been in charge of the thing, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, those were still Biden years when I was, down to the Bali. I think that was still a Biden year, I believe. Maybe not. I can't remember. I feel like I'm in a time warp again. Shout out to Tim. Yo, shout out to Tim Curry. I'm sad about that. Okay, we talked about Dolly Parton. It was Hayden Panettiere. It was Michael Wright. And now Tim Curry has passed away, y'all. And I'm really, upset about it because, there are a few movies. There are a few movies that I watch all the time. And Clue is one of those movies. I have watched Clue 500,000 times between childhood and now. It is flames on the side of my face. Listen. What is flagrante delicto? Listen, there are so many things that I say that come from Tim Curry on Clue. Tim Curry was in a lot of stuff. Tim Curry was always in something, bitch. Okay? If you was a kid growing up in the 90s, almost every movie, okay, had Tim Curry in it in the 90s. Okay? So I'm sad about this one as well. I guess, like last weekend when I was watching the 5 Heartbeats, I'll be watching Clue this weekend. I'm just gonna have to break it down. I remember him running into that damn door. All right, y'all, let's get into the actual first topic that I wanted to talk about, which is Target. Y'all can't help but to upset us, can't y'all? At this point, I'm starting to feel like, are y'all trying to antagonize the niggas? Are y'all trying to antagonize us? Because what the is going on? Really, truly, what the is going on? And I told y'all that whatever the president is on, that's what the people are on for the most part. The president's vibe will dictate the vibe of the country, right? So if your president is then I feel like society is giving very racist, pedophile, type vibes, type shit. So this Target situation, first of all, what the is this? I'm so creeped out, I don't know what to do with myself. I am creeped out. And then that better be AI. Y'all better not have had some woman drive down to the goddamn photo shoot in her Toyota to have her son dressed up in this shit. This better be AI. Y'all better not have put no real black child in this costume. This is why y'all need to know your history, people. You need to know your history because you need to know when people are playing in your face. A lot of y'all, and it was so many racism. Man, we can do whatever white people can do. That's not what racism is. This is racism. This is a form of racism. This type of passive aggressive, rage baity ass that people like to do when they want to get the blacks upset. You want to get the blacks upset? That's what it feels like. You want to get the blacks upset. Listen, all I know is I'm tired of all of y'all. I'm tired of all of y'all. And y'all think y'all gonna get all of this race shit that y'all doing to make us flip out and run into some damn fight with y'all so that y'all could knock us all down? Okay? Like, I know that's what y'all think y'all think that's what's fitting to happen. That's not what's fitting to happen. Stop it with the bullshit, people. I know y'all not gonna stop. Y'all can't help yourselves. Racist people that get off on doing stuff like this, to me, you're an empty shell. And the only thing that excites you is trying to inflict pain on black people because you're a racist. And you think this shit is funny and it's cute and you're hoping that it's going to get the blacks upset. At this point, the blacks are indifferent. Like, get this shit off the website. That's it. We're not going to burn down a Target building for this. Nice try, though. Nice try, bitch. Nice try. Because I know what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. Don't fall for it, y'all. Target apologizes and pulls children's Halloween costume after blackface. Oh, well. Viola said, Target, I do not accept your apology, and I do not believe that you understand the impact, the pain, the dehumanization of the above. These images laid the foundation and ideology for every atrocity that has been committed against my people. We matter. You have shown us that you are not on our side. And it's like, why are y'all trying to make me go back to Walmart? Because at least with Walmart, right? They're not doing stuff like this, right? Like, you haven't heard anything about Walmart doing anything like this in a minute. I hate Walmart. I don't want to, it's hot in Walmart. It's too much space between the parking lot and where I need to be. I don't want to go back to Walmart, Target. Why are you like this? I really hate that we don't have a lot of options to buy the things that we need. And the options that we have are like playing on our top. Because our government allowed for monopolies to take place. Because our government allowed this to take place. Our government did this. It's systemic, but it's so personal. Why are you doing this to us? Why do you want us to go back to Walmart, Target? That's how you know this is a hellscape. You can't even pick a place to shop without putting money in somebody's pocket that hates you and is lobbying for your not only quick death, but your quick, brutal death, right? Like, don't just kill him. Oh, no. We need to have fun with these people. Let's eat every part of them. From their energy to their bodies. Let's consume it all. And guess what, white people? It still won't give you rhythm at mass. Consuming the energy of black people still has not made you people smell any less like when it rains, when you sweat. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean. Y'all are still complaining about having to wash your legs. Y'all are like still complaining about washing your legs and your feet. It doesn't matter how much you consume us. You're still not going to be able to be us. And the only way you're going to want to, the only white people listen, because I subconsciously, I feel like this is why they do it. They envy us in a way of wanting to be us. And you know how you want to be something so bad that you get angry that you can't be it? You get angry at it. So you start trying to destroy it because you can't be it. Yeah, that's like ego driven and stupid. You just would have to love us, white people. And then we would just make make your whiteness disappear. That's all you would have to do, white people. Just love us. Love us. Don't abuse us. Don't be racist. Love black people. And we will then probably fuck you and then turn your line black. And then you'll have rhythm. And then you'll have soul. And then you'll be cool. Right? And y'all, there are some white people that can accomplish this thing without consuming black people. It's like your ancestors did. You consume us by proxy. The very thing that would be the answer to your anguish is the very thing you refuse to do. I don't know why it's always like that. Doesn't that feel like a law of the universe? Doesn't that feel like a universal law? That the thing that plagues you the most, your, refusal to actually acknowledge and be honest in it, will cause you to like keep in reinforcing the thing that's causing you anguish. White people, I wish you wanted better for yourselves. I wish you liked yourselves more. Y'all like, as much as y'all hate us, I almost feel like y'all like us more than y'all like y'all, if y'all was really being honest. Just let us dirty up that line. Y'all, that's a joke. Okay. Okay. Black skin is not dirty. We're actually cleaner than them. You heard me say how they don't want to wash their legs. Like it's going to take them an extra 50 minutes in the shower just to wash their fucking legs. I'm just saying these are people that like are so nasty and dirty. They was wondering why they kept dying of diseases. And it was just like, because y'all don't want to wash y'all legs. It doesn't take that much longer to wash your legs, y'all. Oh my God, pray for us. We are being oppressed by people that feel like it's too much energy to wash the bottom half of their body. Oh my God. Us being oppressed by people that don't have a sense of self, that isn't connected to hating us. My God, how did this happen? Who did this to us? Why? Who did it? Who created this hellscape? Who is the architect of this hellscape that we live in where this shit don't make no motherfucking sense? Like, how are you so crazy that you hate people so much that you like ruin your own life to hate them? I don't. Who is this helping? All right, y'all. I'm going to get over it. I'm all right. All right. I'm shaking back. Shake back. Target, fuck you. All right. So Wendy Williams, you guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Oh my God. I love when Erin tells us about it, so I don't have to read it. And that's only because sometimes, like, grammatical errors make it hard to read. So shout out to Erin.
Suzanne from the Wendy Williams Show.
No, I couldn't deal with that. I don't even know how to put on makeup like that myself.
We can tell.
They used to be like this, right? They had a real close working relationship. Well, not anymore. According to sources that spoke with Lauren LaRosa, Wendy Williams feels blindsided at the fact that there's a new documentary about her life. And y'all guess who is a part of it? None other than Suzanne. They say Suzanne is executive producing this documentary. Okay, here.
Who else should do it? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Who else was supposed to do it? If not Suzanne, then who, baby? Who knows Wendy better than Suzanne?
Are the details. There's a new documentary, 3-part documentary about Wendy Williams, her life, her show, the cultural impact of her show, and of course the ending of the show. It's set to air sometime in 2027. Well, her former executive producer and her former friend Suzanne is spearheading this project, but apparently Wendy Williams has no involvement in the project at all. Okay, she says that according to the source, she doesn't talk to Suzanne. She's not involved, and when the source was asked if she at least getting paid, it was crickets. The source called it a disgusting and very sketchy situation. How do y'all feel about the situation? Do y'all feel like Suzanne is wrong for executive producing this, documentary about Wendy Williams without Wendy Williams being involved? Let's talk about it.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I don't care. Unpopular opinion. I don't care. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because girl, everybody and their mama want to make a documentary about Wendy Williams. I don't know what's going on over there. I feel like we all know that it's not right. We all know that it's fucked up. But I feel like Wendy's been messy her entire life, girl. Wendy has been messy her entire life, and Suzanne is the executive producer of said messy ass show. So let me get this straight. Suzanne is the executive producer of a show that tells everybody's business. The host is now incapacitated. And so Suzanne signs on to do a documentary about the host and tell everybody's business. This tracks. Suzanne hated Wendy and Wendy threw that lady under the bus numerous times. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Wendy probably was not the easiest person to work for, especially not in Suzanne's position. Like, I can see Suzanne having to do a lot of groveling and ass kissing. And I can see Wendy being like very fa la 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 la. Who cares, bitch? You know what I'm saying? So, like, ultimately, am I upset that Suzanne is doing a Wendy documentary? Not really, because it's kind of like, well, bitch, I mean, that's the same thing as somebody telling you, you could work somewhere and they can be fuck over you and you can't tell your story eventually. Like, that's kind of the equivalent to me. Now, when it comes to having Wendy be involved, I don't care for Wendy to be involved. Like, if it is Suzanne, yeah, exactly. If it's Suzanne's POV, it's her experience. I'm not mad about it. And that's somebody that, you know, has worked for egomaniacal people in the past, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so there's a part of me as a black woman that's like, you bitch. But then me, the former photojournalist, me, the former employee to egomaniacal people that suck ass, make your money, Suzanne. Make your money. And I also feel like because it's in the vein of what Wendy did. You know what I'm saying? It's in the same vein, girl. You can't be up there talking about everybody else's life and then get mad when people talk about yours. That's all I'm saying. Now, don't come to us with no bullshit, Suzanne, because what's not going to stand is no lies. Don't come to us with no lies and no bullshit. Okay? Don't come to us with no lies and no bullshit. But I know that clip did not help. That clip did not help at all. Yeah, y'all. It's just kind of like, I don't know if y'all have never worked for older black women or worked around older black women. And this is no disrespect, because eventually I'm going to be an older black woman. So please don't misunderstand me. Okay. My mama is an older black woman. Okay. My aunties, my sisters. Okay. Like, everybody, look, I love us and I love us for real. But if you have ever worked amongst older black ladies, my God, it's pick me in work form. And that's just, oh my God, they can really be a lot, girl. They can be a lot. They can do a lot. It could be, girl, why is you going through all that? What did I ever do to you? Why is you doing all that? Girl, not all the time. Because when you, like, if you ever work, like I worked at Civil District Court, girl, and there was some black women that was my girls. You know what I'm saying? We was fucking with each other, okay? And then there was some other ones. There are some other ones that was just like, oh, girl, like, is this the only way you feel good about yourself? Is this a job? Okay. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't feel no type of way about Suzanne telling on Wendy. Girl, I don't feel no type of way. Somebody need to tell on Wendy. Okay, at least like who she was in her workspace. Because I feel like a lot of times every documentary is from the standpoint of Wendy. You know, or, you know, yeah, she was messy, but oh my God, her life now and her husband. You know, those things. I would love to hear the perspective of the other people that had to work under her. The fuck? Yeah. I'm fine with it, girl. All right, let's move on. I told y'all that I didn't like this lady. And if y'all ever want to mark off times that Bondi was right from the very beginning, I know it's a long list, bitch. I know. But you need to go ahead and add McKenna West to the list of times that my spidey senses was tingling in the right direction. Because sometimes people just have a look. You can just see it on them. And really, I think it's because we're humans and we're not that different. So if you've seen the archetype a few times in somebody, then, you know, this subset of light-skinned, possibly biracial girl, we know this girl. We know this pick-me-ass girl. We went to school with this old I'm so happy to dick suck ass girl. Girl, y'all, we know this girl. This old do shit for attention ass girl. Like, y'all all know a girl like McKenna West. If you went to a school that had a good mosh posh of black and white students, if you lived in a suburb that had both white and black people in it, girl, you know a McKenna West. You've been around a McKenna West. Let's get into it. The baby at the center of the ongoing legal battle involving the surrogate McKenna West is reportedly in critical condition following complex heart surgery. So we don't know, but this is the reason why the abortion would have been much more gracious to the child. And that's because I think psychopaths don't care about pain tolerance. So I'm starting to feel like picking out the psychopaths is kind of becoming my new favorite hobby amongst the people. Like, what psychopathic shit are the people doing these days? And this is one of those psychopathic things. To me, it's like a psychopath thing to force women to have children, no matter the quality of life the children or the mother is going to have, just for the sake of having children. And then you act like it's because you care about the child. But the truth of the matter is the people that are normally anti-abortion do not care about children once they get here. You don't care about feeding them. You don't care about clothing, housing them. You don't want them to wash their legs if they're white. Like, y'all don't want them to take vaccines to make sure they don't get diseases. You don't want them to learn things. You homeschool them. You abuse them in churches and shit like that. You tell them they're not human beings and they need to listen to everything you say and do what you tell them at all times like they're a goddamn prisoner. Yeah, y'all don't care about these kids. Yeah, to me, like that's how that shit boil down. You don't care about these kids for real. I don't want to hear about abortion from people that also want to like get rid of the Department of Education. I don't want to hear that from y'all. Those of y'all that are okay with grown men fucking kids because the kids are fast. Girl, nobody wants to hear about abortion from you people. Y'all don't care about no motherfucking kids. And this lady right here is one of them prime examples. This was not about that baby being safe and protecting that baby. And I told y'all that. Because somebody that actually cares about and loves a child would not want a child to go through pain. Would not want a child to go through. Bitch, there's a Bible story about this. That's the thing that be killing me, because they be like, I'm a Christian and I'm anti-abortion and I'm remembering and how I'm feeling about it. Y'all remember that story in the Bible where the lady was fighting with another person over her baby? She was like, it's my baby. She's like, no, bitch, it's my baby. And so they went in front of the king or whoever the fuck Pontius Pilate, bitch. I don't remember who it was. But the judge was like, okay, well, we're going to cut the baby in half. The parent that was like, no, just give her the baby. Don't hurt the baby. Just give her the baby then. That was the better parent. Okay? Now, how I'm going to metabolize that right now is the child has a heart condition and the child could have a whole bunch of pain. The child could be in constant pain for years and years and years. Or you can keep the baby and look good to the Christian community and possibly get child support, whatever the fuck that this girl was trying to do. To me, the grace would be to make sure that the child didn't have pain. I would much rather y'all have aborted this child and this child never have known pain than to be born into the world to under these weird ass circumstances for that little bitty baby to be living in any type of pain and just unnecessary strife. I really hope that the baby is not feeling any pain. But that is what I think about. And yeah, the other lady is okay with splitting the baby in half. That's the same thing as saying, I don't care about the fact that the baby gonna have to go through pain. What is it really about? That's why I said motherfuckers is psychopaths. Because if your rationale is life is better than anything, even constant pain, then I'm going to feel like you're a psychopath. Because if you've ever experienced any type of real pain, you know how death is sweet when people are constantly in pain in their body all the time. I don't even, like, if you've watched somebody have cancer, like, I don't even understand how y'all could feel this way. People that are like struggling and dying slowly. You don't want to be able to be like, nah, we don't want you to suffer. Let's go ahead. That's the same thing as when people, an animal get hurt and they'll shoot the animal in the head rather than let the animal sit there and suffer. Because the suffering is the problem at the end of the day. Girl, the newborn was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome and underwent the Norwood procedure on August 17th. The biological parents, the only parents, bitch, now claim his health has significantly declined due to complications following the surgery. And this is another thing that the parents maybe have been trying to save themselves from, because once the baby comes into the world, if you wanted the child, you're going to want the child. And so now you're going to be invested in the child getting better and being healthy. You're not going to have, well, it doesn't matter if it dies attitude. That's not how you're going to actually feel. Fucking rascat, bumbleclot, brain head ass bitch. I'm sorry. Oh my God. These people are now going to have to deal with the pain of actually seeing this child come into the world, looking at it in an incubator, praying for it to live, and then it being in pain and possibly still dying. For what? For what? Like, it's okay for God to take the baby. But the woman, she better not decide not to, or the parents, they better not decide not to carry a baby full term that's going to have issues that might have it in pain like that. Girl, this just upsets me. The update comes as West and the biological parents remain locked in a highly publicized legal dispute after West refused their request to terminate the pregnancy following the baby's diagnosis. The case is in court on Tuesday as attorneys continue battling over custody and decision-making authority for the newborn. I don't even understand what there's to battle about. This is not her fucking baby. No, it does give psycho. It does give psycho, y'all. That's why I'm like, this is not about you caring about that kid. And it never was, you weird ass bitch. It's like you wanted to have that baby so that you could try to get some child support off the baby. That's what it felt like. It felt like you wasn't never going to get that fucking baby back. I'm trying to stop cussing, y'all. Let's move on. Because, stories like that just really upset me. It was King Solomon. Thank you. Mary Sparkle's like, whoa. Thank you for that. Reality star Sydney Starr denied bond in Georgia child molestation case. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, okay? Because Sydney here seems to think she didn't do anything wrong because the child consented. Children can't consent because they're children. If they are under the age of 18, they cannot legally consent to sex with you, bitch. A Fulton County judge ordered Love and Hip Hop star, Love and Hip Hop alum Sydney Starr, Favors, 37, to remain jailed without bond Tuesday, ruling that she poses a flight risk and a potential danger if released, and that her large social media following could raise the risk of witness intimidation. Sydney faces felony charges of sexual battery against a child under 16, aggravated child molestation and sodomy, stemming from an alleged August 2nd encounter at an Embassy Suites in Hateville after the family of a 13-year-old reported the assault to police. Now it's a 13-year-old. My God. Because at first it was under 16. Then somebody said 14. Now it's 13. Jesus Christ. Her attorneys argued for bond, noting she has no criminal history beyond traffic violations, has never missed a court appearance, and cooperated with investigators, though prosecutors countered that her limited ties to Georgia, she lives in Chicago and resides with her mother, made her a flight risk. The child's mother told the court her son has suffered emotional and psychological harm and is in intensive therapy, asking the judge to deny bond or impose strict monitoring if Sydney were released. The judge sided with prosecutors keeping Sydney in custody without bond. Yeah, you need to stay your ass in there because you don't seem to understand what you did was wrong, and that means you'll do it again. So you need to stay your ass in there. You need to stay your ass right the fuck where you are, Sydney. You fucking creep. Anyway, y'all, let's move on. That was just an update. So I feel like I saw another clip that I might want to talk about with Mandy. Shout out to Mandy B. But I had saved this to talk to y'all about. So Mandy B said, exposing a man to be a cheater does what? These men get to go on about their merry way, and society doesn't really give two fucks. Move on in silence, especially because a lot of women go back anyway. Yeah, no, I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree at all. Child, look, something that me and old girl agree on. Okay, no, keep exposing they raggedy asses. That's what I say. Keep exposing them. I don't think that we should just do anything quietly. And y'all know what a lot of people said in the comments, right? This is probably from the mouth of a woman that is, often the side chick. And I feel like, girl, you don't need to tell everybody to do this in order for you to feel like it's okay for you to stay quiet. You can stay quiet if you want to. But the girls that want to say something and embarrass these niggas, I don't care what she's doing it for. If he's being flaw, tell it. Like, talking about what does that do? I don't know, but it make me feel better. The fuck? I also think that people should know who these men are. I don't think these men should be able to continue to lie and manipulate. That's why we got the internet. Make it harder for y'all to do that. That's what the internet was for. Okay? The internet is so we could compose stories, compile data on you niggas. Okay? You can go, girl, that's what social media is. You go further enough back on somebody's Facebook, bitch, you be able to find their whole lineup. Everybody they done been with, what happened, who cheated on who put hands on who did what with when, how. Now, I like Mandy. Y'all know I think she's sweet. But I think that this is the advice of somebody that feels like, it's just better to be quiet and not put the men on blast. Girl, fuck them niggas. If you a cheater, I'ma tell. And I'm talking about, like, if you did it to me, right? Like, that's what you're talking about. Like, if you did it to me. Or, depends. It depends. So, like, if I'm Mandy, I'm probably not going to say anything. I'm cheating with you. Why would I embarrass myself like that? That's what I was thinking about. Like, hold up, no. Because if I'm the one that's cheating with the nigga, I'm not telling, okay? I'm not going to tell unless I'm angry. Unless I'm angry and I feel like you did something flawed and I want to get back at you and I want to get revenge on your puss ass and then I put you on blast, then I still feel like that's fine as well. Because you still, like, we ain't friends, nigga. We fucking, okay? Ain't no loyalty in this shit. You better be grateful hoes don't be out here telling y'all shit. Y'all be acting a little bit too, I don't like that. Calm that shit down that y'all be going through. Calm that shit all the way down. Stop that. Tell on them. Tell on them. If you want to tell. If it's in your best interest to be quiet, then be quiet. But tell. Not turns out it was a sex trafficking, right? What? Bondi, are you going to talk about the billionaire Jed York, the owner of the 49ers that got arrested for trying to buy? No, I wasn't planning on it. I had not heard about it. Child, add me on the post on Instagram somewhere. I'll remember to talk about it. But yeah, Mandy, let me read some of the comments. Usually the ones that say that type of stuff are usually the ones messing with the cheater. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Okay, what I find sickening is the way women will attack another woman simply because she chose to handle her pain differently. A woman who has standards, boundaries, self-respect, and enough emotional intelligence to recognize unhealthy behavior has every right to decide how she moves forward. But so does the woman who chooses to speak publicly about what happened to her because she doesn't want another woman to experience the same pain. Or if she just want to get revenge against the nigga. I don't understand why you can't just get revenge against her. Why not? Why not? He was still wrong. Shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. There was another clip. I thought I saved it. Maybe I didn't. But it was another clip. Mandy and a girl on a podcast was talking about something. Damn. I think I lost it. I do want to play this clip though, y'all, with Bonnie Bella and Jocelyn. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it. The way y'all give Jocelyn too much credit. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not saying she has not done the things to make sure her child has access to a good education and it's well taken care of and all of that. I'm not gonna act like that, but I also understand what it is to have fucked up, immature ass parents, and they take good care of you financially. Like they make sure your hair is combed, you clean, you got food, you got what you need. They buy all your toys. Doesn't mean they aren't abusive. Doesn't mean that they aren't fucked up in the moments when, you really be needing them. And there's a vibe about Bonnie Bella that makes me feel like this is a child that is aware, and aware in a way that makes me feel like I'm probably spot on. I'm just saying, like, I don't care. Like because I feel like y'all always trying to give Jocelyn credit that I don't think she actually deserves. Because to me, she's another one of them like fucked up ass people. She's a horrible person, and y'all make excuses for her because she's entertaining. And now she can put her cute, intelligent little girl up here, and it'll come off like it's because of her. Like, because she must be doing something right, because look at how great Bonnie Bella is. When at the end of the day, I be like, nah, sometimes kids be smart like that, like, not because of you, but out of spite. Like out of necessity, not spite, out of necessity. Being really smart is also being hyper aware. Why would one have to be hyper aware so young? Yes, adultified. So I'm sorry, y'all. It works on my nerves. I'm going to say how I feel. I don't like when y'all act like bad people aren't the bad people that they are, because it allows them to continue to get away with it, because people are always willing, to act like that's not what it is. I really, truly believe some kids come here just smart. Like, yes, parents help that. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have to be a parent that is fostering that. But to me, it's giving Matilda, bitch. It's giving Matilda. Matilda knew how to do everything. Ain't nobody told her how to do nothing.
Stripping at such a young age. Do you know what a stripper is?
Yeah, a person who dances naked.
Why you have to say it like that?
Because you told me exactly what that is.
I don't know how old she is, but she's already tired. She's already tired, y'all. Look at the way she's looking at her.
I had to tell you.
In that exact detail.
I said it just like that?
Yeah.
Well, I had to tell you because
You couldn't say it in a different detail.
Well, which way did you want me to say? Oh, a person that, I don't know how else to say.
Not your child telling you that you don't know how to explain things appropriately to her.
Dances without clothes. My mom is so honest with me because she doesn't want me to, in the future, to look at Instagram or TikTok or anything. I'll see stuff that she didn't tell me about.
I have to tell you because I don't want you to get older and then go online or you hear things about me because your mom be on the media.
A lot, yeah. For work?
It's for work. But I don't want you to grow up and then you go to school and kids are like, oh, your mama used to be a stripper. Oh, your mama used to be this. Oh, your mama did that. So I got to tell you, because you're already 9 and you're so smart. If I don't start telling you things that I've been through already, you're going to go online and find out. And then I don't want you to come back and tell me, Mom, why didn't you tell me you used to take your clothes off for work? Or, Mom, why didn't you tell me that you went through this with my dad? Or, Dad, how do you feel about your dad? You know?
Why are you asking her how she feel about her dad on a reality show? It's given, and I'm going to tell you what it is. The little girl is adorable. And you could tell that the money is being spent on that little girl being able to be a little girl, but she can't really be a little girl with a mom like you. She's going to have to be hyper aware in order to be able to deal with your lack of self-awareness and your lack of self-control. But I'm low-key fascinated to see how she's going to grow up. But this is what I'm about to say. It's a grift. The reason why I say it's a grift is because once you realize that you can't keep beating hoes' asses, you can't keep exploiting those young girls that come to you looking for, help. Y'all know I stopped reviewing and I completely canceled Zeus because of Jocelyn and the way she was with those girls on that show. I never trusted Jocelyn. I never liked Jocelyn. I always thought she was a terrible person. Okay? Love and Hip Hop days. Never really saw it for her. Sorry. It's just how I felt. When she got that show on Zeus, I said, okay, well, maybe she's changed. And so I started watching and I was supporting the show. I was reviewing it. Maybe around season 3, when she has security holding the girls down so that she can beat them up, accusing them of fucking with ballistic, going ballistic on everybody. And then the shit that happened at that Floyd fight with her and Melissa trying to stump out the first Big Lex. Okay, because there's a whole bunch of Big Lexes all over the fucking place. The first Big Lex, okay, who was trying to be a little underling to Jocelyn, and Jocelyn treated that girl like shit on the bottom of her Louboutins. Okay? So for me, I've watched her play pimp mind games with people, pretend like she gonna be their friend, pretend like she like them, and then be cruel, unusually cruel and mean to the person. And it's in order to keep that person on their toes and keep control over that person. It's also to exert her dominance and make her feel powerful. To me, when somebody is like that, that doesn't go anywhere just because they want to be a good parent to their child. That energy is in them. And when the way Bonnie Bella explained that shit just then, it gives, you probably said the shit when you was fucked up. You probably said the shit, you know what I'm saying, in a more crass, out of control way, which is why Bonnie responds the way she does. Like, girl, yeah, you told me about it and you said it just like that. And you could have said it another way. And it gives, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are times when you show up as that person with your daughter. I also feel like it's really manipulative to try to get in front of how you show up online, because your daughter at some point is going to see it and she's going to see you clearly. You're scared of that. That also makes me feel like, what else are you willing to do in order to try to keep her from seeing you accurately? Meaning that you'll tell her about the things, but you'll frame it in a way that makes you look like you're not as bad as you are. Because Bonnie's smart enough to recognize when somebody's being fucked up. This is what I'm saying. She's very much giving Matilda. She's very much giving, I'm blessed to be this smart under the circumstances. You know what I mean? You couldn't have given it in different detail. Listen, Clarissa Shields, children of emotionally immature parents. Yes. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, y'all, this is, and I just, cause that bothers me when people are terrible people and there's this thing that happens where everybody acts like that's not what's happening. That annoys me, because usually that's the spaces that people are abusive in. Like, remember, nobody can really get away with harming anybody as much as they can get away with harming their family. Thank you for the super chat. It's me, Kia. See, this is why I don't like you singing, because every time I get into it, you stop and then move on like you didn't start the groove. Cut it out. I'm sorry. Okay. Paramount. Thank you for the super chat, Bondi. Side question. I love to see creators with their YouTube plaques. Do you mind speaking on it? Is it titanium or plastic? Is it heavy? Were you proud when you got it? How was that moment? Yeah. I mean, obviously I've talked about this before when I first got it, because it was a long time coming and it took me a long time to get it. I don't think it's plastic like that. The part in the middle is the actual like metal part. The outside is probably a type of plastic, but the middle part is not plastic. I believe it's titanium. But yeah, of course I was proud. I worked really, really hard for that, and it took me a very long time to get it. I was happy to finally get it. I honestly feel like I should have the 200,000 one by now as well, but we won't get into that. Yeah, I'm appreciative. I love the fact that I've accomplished what I have accomplished in this space. But the biggest accomplishment is people showing up every day to watch me. That's the biggest accomplishment, that y'all care about what I have to say, that what I say might help y'all. You know, that sometimes what I say is a stabilizer, a mood stabilizer, an energy stabilizer, girl. I appreciate being that. That's the biggest flex of all of this, is how I impact people and in turn how it impacts me. So y'all, sad news about the Carmelo Anthony case, you guys. Just an update on that. Is that the judge has denied his appeal, and they put out a lot of new information on the case and on both of their text messages and Austin Metcalf's racist, violent past and Carmelo's, past of, I feel like making threats, but threats that are kind of reactionary. That's what I feel like. I feel like Carmelo's threats on his text messages sounds reactionary, and Austin sounds like somebody that was raised to be a psycho. What did I tell y'all about racist people? Like, I don't think y'all actually raise good kids. How can you?
Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest. During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids." From Anthony's trial attorney, previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth. In 2024, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
So I'm gonna just tell y'all, hold up.
Track meet when another.
Oh yeah, I think it's giving y'all abuse them kids. I know we like to think that people are just born terrible people, but I don't think so. I think sometimes people are born terrible people. I think sometimes demons are recycled into new lives. Sometimes. In this situation, I feel like y'all create the Austin Metcalfs of the world. Y'all socially engineer psychopathic people in this country specifically. Like, the socialization is what makes people like psychopathic. The fact that in America, the ideal way to be is stoic, unemotional, and lacking in empathy. But you got money. Like, we don't promote actually caring about anything or anybody. That's soft. It's soft to have feelings. It's soft to care. It's soft to have empathy. It's soft to cry. It's soft to have big feelings and not know what to do with them. So when y'all beat it in y'all kids and talk to them like they ain't shit because they have emotions that you don't know how to regulate and all of that, Yeah, you breed resentment in children. All of the anger and negativity and lacking of empathy and cruelty, y'all put in the kids. To me, it sounds like this was always going to happen to Austin, and it just so happened to be Carmelo that did it. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like he was going to end up getting killed anyway because of the way he was moving. Like, you a teenager doing all of this shit? The only reason you're not in jail right now is because y'all live in a small town and you white. That's the only reason. Because any other way, your psychopathic ass would have been in jail already, hitting them girls and all of that the way you did. To me, I feel like they need to do as much work as they possibly can to get Carmelo Anthony out of jail. And I want to say he don't need to do no more than 8 to 10 years in there. He don't need to do no more than 8 to 10 years. And I'm really being gracious with that. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like if Austin hadn't happened to Carmelo, Austin would have still ended up getting hurt by somebody or ended up in jail. Carmelo, on the other hand, I doubt he would have got into it with another male like that. Would he have eventually put his hands on a woman? Who knows? It's likely. But would he have caught a murder charge? I don't think so. They need to figure out a way to get that boy out of jail in less than 30 years. That's ridiculous. That little nigga was going to always end up dead. I'm sorry. Because when you live your life attacking people like that, people get tired of that shit eventually. You're a little tyrant, so you just running around thinking that you getting away with that shit. But people are going to be plotting to put you down eventually, because why did you think you was going to be able to keep getting away with that? That's crazy. That you think you can continuously get away with harming people. But I forget, we live in a psychopathic society that tells people that they can get away with consistently being abusive. Because look at how white people have persevered in this country after all of the violence and brutality. What's being taught is that you can continue to be brutal and hostile to other people. And, you know, that's what works in our society. Because y'all don't want them to cry. Y'all don't want to teach them how to emotionally regulate. You want to tell them that that's soft and to suck it up, and that's not what boys do, and that's not what men do. If y'all don't think that that's how them little niggas end up like that, white and black, you're lying to yourself. Stop bullshitting with yourself. To think they left Baton Rouge for a better life for him. And the funny part about it is, same shit could have happened in Baton Rouge, because you know they build them white boys the same fucking way. I just saw today, I don't know if it was true or not, they got rid of some black initiative on campus at LSU. I remember not wanting to stay at LSU because I could feel the racism. You don't even have to say anything. You could feel it. When you were black students on LSU campus, you could feel that shit. Don't nobody got to call you a nigga. You could just feel the energy that you are othered in this space. Especially if you're not playing a sport. Let's move on. So, girl, Nathan Kofnas, I didn't cover this story, but I did want to. Okay, Nathan Kofnas, the Ghent University researcher who accused late Cambridge professor Jayden Arday of plagiarism, has been suspended from his own job. Ghent confirmed it opened a preliminary disciplinary investigation and suspended Kofnas as a precautionary measure, with the school citing its stance against discrimination. Kofnas says he expects to be fired and claims he's under investigation for discriminating against Arday. Arday, Cambridge's youngest black professor, resigned earlier this month amid the plagiarism scrutiny before he was found dead at his London home last week at the age of 41. Arday had denied the allegations but admitted to making mistakes. That's so sad. That is so sad. So what did he plagiarize? I want to see what he plagiarized. Did he plagiarize it? Let me look it up, y'all, so I could tell y'all, you know, what the hell is really going on. Okay. Mm, okay. So Professor Jason Arday, a British sociologist who made international headlines in 2023 as the youngest black professor in the history of the University of Cambridge, was found dead in a London apartment on August 14th, 2026 at the age of 41. His sudden passing occurred just 9 days after he resigned from his prestigious position as the professor chair of education amid an intense media storm in a university investigation involving allegations of academic plagiarism. Now, this is on Wikipedia, so let me see. I can already tell y'all it's given this happened because somebody made their whole life about their education and their whole life about being successful in this space. And when it got pulled out from under them, they couldn't take it. And that's why you have to teach people that they're more than just what they do. I'm trying to get to the point. Okay, it says following the allegations around Arday's work in 2026, many commentators questioned his Cambridge appointment. The Guardian noted that such a senior appointment was unusual for someone as young as 37, particularly given Arday's slim track record of research and publications compared with those appointed to similar chairs at Cambridge. So it's given he didn't even have the academic credentials to have this job in the first place. The New York Times stated that he was an early career scholar and underqualified by the school's own standards for the professorship, given his modest publication record and the fact that he had not supervised a PhD student through to the completion of their project. They added that of the 4 finalists interviewed for the position, 2 of whom were women of color, the other 3 were all more senior scholars than Arday. Roger Mosey, a former master of Selwyn College, Cambridge, said that Arday was a compelling candidate for the role because of his claims to have autism and to have been unable to read until he was 18. So y'all give people jobs just because they got hardships like autism and was able to, like, that mean you're going to be a good teacher? Girl, anyway, senior Cambridge academic Primavada Gopal suggested that Arday, or Gopal, child, whatever, suggested that Arday appealed to the university because of his media visibility and that this may have been at the expense of other aspects of a CV that would normally take into account. Philosopher Kathleen Stock similarly told BBC News that Arday's hire was motivated by a university desperate for good press. Some media alleged that Cambridge appointed Arday to the position because he was black. The Times of India later noted that Arday was presented as an inspiring figure and a symbol of progress in an institution that has faced criticism over the historical underrepresentation of black academics. The BBC reported that as of 2025, the proportion of Cambridge's black academic was 75 out of 6,180. And that the university had spent the last decade working to redress the perception that the institution is a bastion of affluent white privilege. In The Guardian, the journalist Jason Okunde commented that Cambridge treated Arday not as a scholar, but as a mascot, one who was particularly expedient for an institution that had been regularly embarrassed by its low numbers of black students and staff. In Okunde's view, Arday was used as a vehicle for Cambridge to signal its institutional progress. In May 2023, David Harris, an emeritus, I hope I'm saying that right, y'all, emeritus, maybe that's how it's pronounced, emeritus professor at Plymouth Marjan University, emailed Arday to inquire about similarities between sentences in Arday's 2018 Social Sciences article and an earlier BMJ Open article by Anjum Mamon. Arday responded, instead of spending your time trying to dismantle racism and ableism, you have spent what I assume is hours combing through work looking for mistakes. Anything further from you will be considered bullying and harassment. Arday contacted police to report Harris for harassment. The Vine and Cornwall police, in whose area Harris lived, concluded there was no case to pursue. Harris's colleague, Martin Hammersley, an emeritus professor of the Open University, then wrote to Cambridge alerting them to Harris' concerns. Social Sciences published a correction to Arday's article with revised citations in December 2023. So because they use the same wording, that automatically means somebody stole the shit? That's ridiculous. We use the same language because we speak the same fucking language. Like that sounds very minuscule. Anyway, Times higher education reporter Jack Grove then investigated Arday's alleged plagiarism and assembled a 63-page report. In September 2025, he contacted Arday for his response. Arday responded with a letter from Carter Ruck, a legal firm specializing in libel, after which the Times higher education chose not to publish the story. Grove stated that this decision was taken to avoid expensive legal action. Arday made a complaint about Grove to the Metropolitan Police, alleging harassment that was affecting his mental health. The police asked Grove to desist from further contact with Arday. Mark, because it sounds like you just decided to keep investigating him until you found something because you wanted to prove that he didn't deserve to be there. That's what it sounds like. And I don't like that. Mark Rowley, even though I feel like they didn't put him in that position for good reason, for real, like almost like you put him in a line of fire because you know your culture is racist and abusive, and you used him as a mascot with no real protection for him. And here, you know, like now somebody is investigating him to try to find times that he used the same words as somebody else. Mark Rowley, commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, later said that the complaint about Grove should not have been taken forward. Having been alerted to allegations of plagiarism in Arday's PhD thesis in 2025, Liverpool John Morris University, who had awarded him his PhD, established a misconduct panel. Arday did not dispute the allegations of plagiarism, but said he had not received adequate supervision given his autism and learning disabilities, and described the allegations against him as being part of an insidious and relentless strategy to undermine Black academics. That's what it feels like. Even though it seems as if he may have copied some things, I feel like that's what it is. Even if I feel two ways. I feel like he probably wasn't supposed to have that job. But I also feel like the way they went about trying to prove he wasn't worthy of the job kind of makes him the problem and not the university. And it's kind of being done, but he did do the work though. And that's another thing. Accepting that there were problems with Arday's supervision, the panel concluded that the similarities between Arday's thesis and an earlier PhD thesis by another academic were the result of honest and reasonable error, not deliberate plagiarism, and were well within the accepted range of compliance with the academic standard of the time. So it was ruled that this is not what you're saying it is, like I said. Because it don't feel right. It just feels like you're doing this in order to get this Black person out of this seat to prove he doesn't deserve to be there. In April 2026, Arday delivered a keynote speech at the 75th anniversary conference of the British Sociological Association. His talk wanted Dead or Alive, the playbook, argued that conservative activists used a distinct playbook to discredit Black academics, such as Claudine Gay, by accusing them of plagiarism, citation errors, and inconsistencies. He said the situation was abhorrent, evil, and a cancer that we need to eradicate from academia, calling for his peers to defend him. According to The Guardian, some audience members found it unusual that he was talking about racism rather than his own research, suspecting he had raised the subject for a particular reason, because that's what's happening to him. Are y'all slow? So he was only supposed to speak on the thesis. The fuck? Public accusations, allegations. Sounds like y'all just don't like somebody saying that y'all are being racist when y'all are in fact being racist. Allegations of plagiarism became public in July 2026 through a Substack post by Nathan Kaufness, who was at the time a postdoctoral researcher in philosophy at Ghent University. Kofa said he had run Arday's PhD thesis through plagiarism detection software and discovered that many passages are lifted with minimal editing, sometimes retaining copy editing mistakes from the original source. The Guardian later suggested that reception of the allegations was affected by Kaufner's view on race. Kaufner had written that in a meritocracy, blacks would disappear from almost all high-profile positions outside of sports and entertainment, a statement that had led to him being fired from the Emmanuel College, Cambridge in 2024. So yeah, like I said, a racist. On July 24th, an article by Gordon Rayner in the Daily Telegraph alleged that Arday's published works, including his PhD thesis, contain similar or identical passages to other academic works. On August 1st, The Guardian published its own investigation. Yeah, y'all basically bombarded this man and told him he didn't deserve to be in that space until he got rid of himself. That's what it feels like. They ran it through AI. Right. And I also feel like just the fact that this is a concerted effort. Yeah, this is giving racism. I'm glad that man lost his job and he need his ass beat, proverbially. This does feel like, and this does turn into a conversation about race. Like he said, this is so sad to me, y'all. This is really sad. Like, this really hurts my feelings. Arday married Debbie McKenzie, a teacher, in 2014. In his memoir, he said that McKenzie helped him learn to read and write. They had 2 children together. After his death, Arday's family called him gentle and said that he always wanted to see the best in everyone. In his memoir, he wrote of suffering autistic burnout during the COVID-19 pandemic and deciding to commit suicide, being rescued by a family member at the last minute. Following his resignation, Andrews, who had met with him, noted that he was very upset. He felt there was no way out. He effectively wasn't leaving the house. He had lost a lot of weight. Cambridge professor Simon Baron Cohen observed Arday's mental health deteriorate and said Arday felt he couldn't go on. Arday was found unresponsive. Honestly, I feel like these people need to be sued. The people that decided they were going to keep going after him and keep writing articles and putting his shit through AI so that they can prove he didn't deserve to be where he was, those people need to be sued. I feel like they're liable for his death. That's my feeling. Pray for the people, y'all. Pray that people have strength. I'm like, my feelings are really hurt by this one, y'all. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting. So they bullied a special needs man, basically. I'm glad he lost his fucking job. Nathan Kaufness is the one who lost his job. Suspending. I want him to they suspended him. I want him to lose his job. And I want him to be sued. That man's family need to sue him. Oh, Lord, y'all. I can't stand people. All right, let's move on. Let's get into the Kandi interviewing people and the Pinky and all of that, girl. Let's get into that, shall we? Okay. So I'm going to start with this clip. And it's because I am so tired of you try hard ass gays. I really am. I am so tired of you try hard. I want to be liked by the straight people as gays. I'm so tired of y'all.
Let's talk about you and your boo. When did you meet them?
Them? I only got one.
What, child? You know, these days, I don't know. I got to know the pronouns before I start talking.
We ain't got no damn pronouns up in here. We no. That's,
Oh, okay, well, him.
I got a
When did you meet
tallywacker.
him?
That's a he.
Okay, well, when?
We don't do all that shit.
When?
Why do you have to be so loud about your bigotry? Why do you, and this another thing, like, gay men like this are also racist, but they recognize that because they like to put on black female affect, you know what I'm saying? Like it's clothing or something. Yeah, Kandi, I don't even know why you interviewed this person. I hope you don't think this is somebody that is actually your friend. I hope you don't think that, because I know sometimes you like you a messy white gay. But it's giving racist messy white gay. Because to me, when they are gay, but they need to be above somebody no matter what, you're probably really racist deep down.
Did you meet
I ain't doing all that day, DM, elegy. I don't do all that.
I don't want to offend
That
nobody.
shit's still,
So I gotta make sure.
fuck all that. The LGBTQI element of WWF. Shut the fuck up. You gay, you straight, you white, you black, you a boy, you a girl. You got a coochie, you a girl.
That's very binary. That's very binary for a white man that's sitting here looking gay and talking to us like he's a black woman. That's very binary thinking. People like this disgust me.
Damn, I'm finna piss people off with that.
You know you are, but it's okay. I'm sure you done piss people off before.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
I sure have.
Okay, your boo. When did you meet them? Him. It ain't no
And
them. It's on.
And it ain't no damn them. Y'all, that's how people talk. Sometimes you use the plural to talk about somebody over there somewhere. You talk to him? That's not a him. That's short for you talk to them. Like, why are you trying so hard to be offensive? Because it just gives desperation, right? Oh my God, straight people. I'm a good gay, straight people. I'm a good gay. I'm going to act extremely ignorant about fucking pronouns.
Only one of them.
Girl, even before the people started wanting to change their pronouns, they and them was used for singular people. Like it girl, we did, like I just said, in them. It could just be one person. Did you talk to him? EM, short for them.
I got
one. When did you meet him? Him.
When did you meet them?
What?
Them is plural.
I'm just being nice.
Singular.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and it just keeps going.
Respectful. Let's talk about you.
Like, how long you was gonna talk about that, hoe? Like, I'm sorry. Let me stop. Oh my God. I don't like that person. Let's move on. You trying too hard. These just my candy clips, y'all. It's candy coated clips. Candy coated clips. Okay. And then this was Kandi when she was talking to Gary and a T, and she had to get him together. And I ain't really listened to none of this, so we doing this together.
Because when you do, people be like, why are you responding to these people? Blah, 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 blah. But if you don't respond, then people run and, take off with, too much crazy information. They be like, well, it must be true because she ain't saying nothing. It's like, you don't really know how, if you say something, then they be like, oh, you know it's true. She over there overly defending.
Because you
know,
sure
like-
didn't call me, and I normally call you. I would call you.
I called
instead.
Ricky.
Oh, you called Ricky?
I definitely did.
And I did I respond? Probably I was on it. I called Gary and
He reprimanded me, but I would
sure
rather you
did.
call me than him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But Kandi, you
Well,
know I
it
got
was
your back
business.
on play about you.
This is the Ricky
Well, this is
smile.
how it is. I love both of y'all, and I look at y'all like
Thank
friends
you,
and
dear.
family.
We
In that
love you.
situation, I definitely was annoyed, but I just felt like it was business, so I hit.
Yeah, because we never know what Gary gonna report because he won't tell us what he gonna. Because if he would have
Right.
told me, I would have been like, no. You know what I mean?
But I
Brad would've
called
been like,
Kandi. Hell, I don't know why she didn't call me back that day.
Well,
'Cause it's
here's
an
the
Android.
thing.
It's an
So many
Android.
people were trying to get me to speak on, and we were in the midst of legal,
Oh.
legal
Was
proceedings.
Phaedra your lawyer?
You trying to be funny?
Oh, no. I mean,
I'm not gonna entertain you with that, Gary.
Kandi.
I'm not entertaining you with that,
Now,
Gary.
Now you know, damn, that was messy as hell.
No, I mean,
Gary trying to be messy. Because when you do, people be like, why are you responding to these people? Blah, 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 blah. But if you don't respond, then people run and, take off with,
far. Yep.
too much crazy information. They be like, well, it must be true because she ain't saying nothing.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you don't really know how, if you say something, then they
That's
be like, oh, you know it's true. She over there overly defending.
Because you
know,
sure
it's
didn't
like-
call me, and I normally call you. I would call.
So they in the comments, y'all. And one of the comments is, now I see why Shamesi, this ain't got nothing to do with Shamia or Portia. Now I see why Shamesi always how addresses questions about Player P. Player P? Now y'all are calling Portia Player P? You hoes are gay. While P pays her dust. Just like Phaedra pays Kandi dust and gives her no airtime. What, girl, who's interviewing Phaedra in order to ask her about anything? Have y'all seen Phaedra do an interview? Shalier is Kandi's apprentice. Failed mission. I have no idea what this person is talking about, but this is the psychosis of y'all needing to defend Portia and then projecting it out as if the reason why we're saying anything we're saying, you just like Shamia. No, bitch, you just like Portia. You just want to suck on Portia's coochie. That girl, Player P, y'all are not okay. That's worse than Big P. My God, what is like? Is giving these hoes are gay. They may not know that the reason why they defending this lady so much is because they gay, but they a little gay. It's giving what lame niggas do when they really want to fuck you, but they don't want you to know that they want to fuck you because you they homeboy. But they really like big you up and defend you and don't like your girlfriend because you just need to make sure you're treating my friend right before I come in and fuck them. That's how y'all be sounding. Y'all sound crazy. Somebody said Phaedra never mentions her or addresses questions about her. I don't know what point y'all are trying to make. Kandi didn't actually say anything about Phaedra or really address Phaedra, so I don't know why y'all are talking as if she did. But anyway, and what the fuck would she have to say? What would she have to say? She's the one that lied on Kandi. She's the one that did all of that shit behind the scenes on Kandi. Y'all are slow if you think just because somebody hasn't said anything, that doesn't mean they're not pressed. Stop being slow. And Gary was being messy, asking her that fucking question, and somehow this becomes, oh, Kandi. Girl, what the fuck is going on with y'all? Y'all, this is what they did. I'm looking at these comments. They didn't listen to the clip. Or they listened to it and didn't recognize what part was actually about Phaedra. Because they titled it, Gary with the T asked Kandi Burruss if Phaedra Parks was her lawyer. He asked her that at the very end. And she said, now, Gary, stop. The comments. She doesn't have anything better else to talk about at this point. You didn't even listen to the fucking clip. You didn't even listen to the fucking clip. The thirst to hate on people in defense of the people that y'all like is so weird and crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I saw somebody say that Kandi need to build a bridge and get over the situation with Phaedra, and I would like to say to anybody that feels like that, girl, please shut the fuck up. Because y'all like to rewrite history. I'm not forgiving or letting go of anything when a bitch ain't never admitted that she was wrong, a bitch ain't never apologized. And because she doesn't say anything about it anymore, y'all want to act like that means that the situation is done with and she's still not grimy as fuck. If I never got an apology, bitch, we don't have nothing to talk about. The fuck is you talking about build a bridge and get over it? Build a bridge over this dick. Build a bridge over this dick. Fuck is y'all talking about? Girl, what do hoes be going through? And then Kandi talked to Pinky, so let's get into it.
It's rumored. You can say it's not true. Whatever. People were saying that the woman in the basement was his ex. Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who said that?
The people in the streets.
No, it wasn't his ex.
Oh, okay. So where did the rumor about the woman in the basement?
You know, I'm still trying to find that out. I asked Angela and she didn't want to tell me. So I'm like, where did you get those facts? But you know, she say a lot of stuff. Oh. So I didn't know where she got that from.
Well,
yeah. I don't know.
So, okay. So there was no woman in the basement.
There wasn't a woman in the basement. Have we had fun? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there wasn't a woman in the basement.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Did you have a woman in the basement, Kandi?
No.
Oh.
Never had a live-in.
You never had a
Never. Never had a live-in.
She never came to live.
Never came to spend a night either.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, every relationship is different, and I think that our relationship we've had fun. I'll say that.
Now, come on now. You know, I'm the one who is never here to judge anybody on whatever they want to do. So.
Okay, nobody judge me. I'm an open book. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun in our relationship. I'll say that.
Okay. It's rumored. You can say it's not true. Whatever. People were saying that the woman.
Okay. There was more. Hold on. Let me see. Based off Pinky's interview, Kandi on Speak On It, I think they should do a collab. Oh, yeah. They should definitely do some type of collaboration. That would be fun. They should do that. I'm going to talk about Raquel Lee last, y'all. Here go another clip of Pinky skates past Kandi asking about investors who lost on millions due to her bankruptcy filing. I'm really annoyed with the way y'all continue to frame this as if this lady stole money from these people and scammed them versus you had an investment. Every investment is a risk. She tried to make it work. It didn't work. She had to file for bankruptcy. I'm annoyed that y'all are doing this moral thing when it comes to this and then deciding, oh, she too boisterous. She's not apologetic enough. Y'all need to get over this. You want to talk about build a bridge and get over some shit? Y'all need to get over trying to humble Pinky because she had to file for bankruptcy. Get over it.
I didn't own the company for 43 days. The estate. So an estate came in. There's a company that actually does the work. So they become the estate. It's a group of people that's like a finance person. It's a lawyer. It's an admin person. And they come in and they take all of your debt. And they take all of your assets. So the remaining of the $10 million that I had not sold yet, basically I surrendered it so that they can sell off the assets so that they can pay off the debt.
Okay. So all your investors get their money back?
No, they wrote it off. I'm sure they got 33% of it because they wrote off their.
You're saying they just had to write it off?
Yeah, they had to write it off, right?
Okay, so they lost.
Yeah, so they lost, but they got some of it back, I'm sure, right?
Gotcha.
With the write off. So anyway.
And Kandi is kind of, so they lost. You know why? Because Kandi don't like to lose no money. And I think that Kandi still might be feeling a way about how Todd made her buy all them restaurants. And did they lose out on them restaurants? They probably did. But either way, you know, I'm tired of people acting like Pinky's business not working out is an indication that she is a cold-blooded person that is just trying to steal people's money. Like, that's how y'all are trying to frame this, and I'm kind of over it because I feel like it's bullshit. And I feel like y'all don't really, people file for bankruptcy in business all the fucking time, and y'all never make it a moral judgment on somebody. But when it's a black lady and she a little too boisterous for y'all, now we want to start making it a morality thing. Y'all are working on my fucking nerves.
So when I bought the company back 43 days later, how I was able to buy the company back is when you go through an ABC, there is an opportunity for you to buy your company back, or anybody can buy it. They can. When I didn't own the company for 43 days.
Yeah, she bought it back, and she said for some people it don't work out like that because she knew somebody else, another lady, where somebody came up and bought the company from under her. You know what I mean? So it was a fucked up situation. But it's business. Somebody said every investment is a risk. Why are people acting like this isn't normal business practice? Because they want to make Pinky look like she's much worse, okay, than what she really is. I think it's because she's not on Portia's side of the couch. That's what I think. Crazy thing is she's explaining this all to Kandi like Kandi isn't a millionaire with several businesses. Well, when interviews take place, you often ask people questions and you know the answer already, but it's an interview. The point is for the people watching to hear it. So that's that. Crazy thing is she's I'm sorry. Next question. Next comment. When people start talking fast out talking you 9 to 10, they're lying. I'm not sure what she would be lying about in this scenario, but I think she was annoyed because when you asked, they didn't get any of their money back, as if you don't understand that when people make investments, they can write it off and get some of their money back. You know that. So acting as if we're confused about what happens when somebody files for bankruptcy, it's giving moral judgment. Oh, so you really did lose them people's money. Girl, who are the people? Who are the people? Like, give it a fucking rest already. Here's the thing. Pinky has something great, but destroyed it trying to be greedy. That's it. That's all. But like she said, anyways, how have y'all proven that she failed because she was trying to be greedy? I've seen y'all say, oh, she didn't pay this person, she didn't pay that person. But if you're not making the money because the business isn't doing well because we're in a fucking recession, that doesn't mean that you're stealing money from the company. And nobody has said the girl was stealing money from the company. Like, you open restaurants and the restaurants didn't work out. And so you lost the money that you invested. This is not the situation everybody's trying to make it seem like. Kandi literally had an interview where she brags on how bankruptcy is the white man's come up and how black people should look into it and not feel so shamed to file. So to sit here and act oblivious to what Pinky is saying is just odd to me. She literally said that's where some trust fund babies come from. Yeah, I don't know why Kandi acting confused, because that's the same, like, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. But I do feel like y'all are gassing it with this like moral majority shit that y'all are trying to have going on when it comes to Pinky and this fucking bankruptcy. Let's see, what were the other clips?
So I had to surrender to God, to be honest, because I was depressed. I was going through the roughest time of my life. Here it is. I'm sitting on the biggest stages you can ever imagine and telling people about entrepreneurship, and I'm dying on the inside.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the reason why I felt so much relief when I just finally said, you know what? I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to file for an assignment for the benefit of creditors, which my investors wanted me to do. And basically what that is, it's an out-of-court proceeding, okay? So when you file that, you get a chance to clear your entire cap table. And for the people who don't know what a cap table is, those are the people who are your investors, your partners, the people that are helping you grow your business. But when you restructure, you eliminate that whole entire business and you can restructure and buy it back if it's made available to you. Okay. So that's why I didn't own the company for 43 days. It was my decision to move forward with it. I was fighting against it for a long time. Okay. So when I didn't own the company for 43 days,
owned it?
The estate. So an estate came in, there's a company that actually does the work. So they become the estate. It's a group of people that's like a finance person, it's a lawyer, it's an admin person, and they come in and they take all of your debt. And they take all of your assets. So the remaining of the $10 million that I had not sold yet, basically I surrendered it so that they can sell off the assets so that they can pay off the debt.
Yeah.
Okay. So all your investors get their money back?
So like a couple of the houses that she had. And it's like, how would they get all of their money back? How would they get all of their money back when they invested, the business went belly up, the money has been spent? How would they get it back, Kandi?
No, they wrote it off. I'm sure they got 33% of it because they wrote off their.
You're saying they just had to write it off?
Yeah, they had to write it off, right?
Okay, so they lost.
Yeah, so they lost, but they got some of it back, I'm sure, right?
Gotcha.
With the write off. So anyway.
Well, one of these investors, one of your friends, Kandi, what the fuck?
So when I bought the company back 43 days later, how I was able to buy the company back is when you go through an ABC, there is an opportunity for you to buy your company back, or anybody can buy it. They can buy the assets if they want to buy equipment, furniture, fixtures. So they put out a marketing deck and they send it out to like people in business, and people can put a bid in for the business.
Somebody said it's kind of like what Richard Gere did in Pretty Woman. Exactly. He would come in when somebody was about to lose their business, restructure it so that they can sell it off in pieces, and at least the person would be able to make some profit if that was the case. But yeah.
But who else gonna buy Slutty Vegan except for me? Right? So I put a bid in for my own business. Right. Like, I mean, like, think about it.
So you can surrender and still buy it.
Yeah, but people don't get, so.
Yeah, investing in a restaurant is high risk. I mean, and we know that because of how Peter Thomas couldn't keep a goddamn restaurant open in Atlanta no matter how, how successful it was. So yeah, I don't understand why y'all are like dragging this with Pinky, but I think it's because Pinky was, very boisterous and y'all didn't really like that. And I get it, but I just also feel like this is, not that big of a deal. Like, bankruptcy is not that big of a fucking deal, y'all. Get over it. Let's get into some of this shit that Drew said because y'all, Drew feels like everybody owes her an apology. Drew says everybody owes her an apology, and there are so many people that are like, and she's right. I'ma just tell y'all like this. Drew SEDURE is full of shit. I said it based on my conversation with her, and the more information I get, the more I feel like she full of shit.
Like the fact that you and K. Michelle were able to show up for each other at the reunion. I think a lot of fans got excited to see that there may be a...
Do y'all see that look on her face? Like, oh, when did we do that? When did we show that we liked each other? When did that happen?
A turn of leaf there?
Is there?
See?
Well, is there?
I mean, I showed up to support her.
It felt like y'all hashed things out. Am I wrong?
Well, I didn't get an apology. I absolutely was looking for an apology. I feel like you're...
Girl, you got up there and insinuated that K. Michelle did an advertisement for B. Marie in exchange for K. Michelle to come on the show and say that Black was stealing from them women. And then you said that B. Marie was extorting Black because she was suing him to get the money back that she loaned him. Let me explain to y'all what Black was doing, y'all. Black was doing, y'all remember back in the day when the internet first started popping and you would get an email from a Nigerian talking about he was an African prince and, he just was waiting on his inheritance and all you needed to do was send him some money and then when he got his inheritance, he would send you a whole bunch of money. Do y'all remember that? Black basically took that and restructured it but just changed out his inheritance for PayPal money, right? I'm waiting on my PayPal money. And not only that, but he was actually friends with these women. So he was doing with like I forgot there was a white man that was like taking money from women and then going to the next one and dating her and then taking her money and going to the next. So that's what he was doing. You take money from the places that you do have money. It's an investment, right? You buy a woman bags, you buy stuff for her kids. Remember, he showed up with gifts for her children. You shoplift the pootie, or you're going to be the good uncle. I'm going to be your good best friend, that whole thing, right? You make the woman trust you, whether it's by fucking her and being her old man or by just being her friend. And then after you spent time with her and you spent money on her, now it looked like you somebody she can trust. So when you show up with paperwork, probably created by AI, showcasing that you the Tinder swindler, thank y'all, showcasing that you just waiting on this money, and if they just throw you this, you'll throw them that. And as people that's hustlers, okay, you know, I could just make me a little extra money by throwing him his dough. That's how the people that got it, you know why? Because they trusted him. They had the disposable income to give him. They gave him the money. He did not make good on it because he never really intended to give it back. It was always a scam to fund his life, to make him look a certain way so he can keep getting access to the next woman and the next woman. So when this man pops up on a reality show, you have to know that he's on the reality show because he wants to be seen, not because he actually cares about the person he's pretending to date. And when I say pretend, I don't mean they not fucking. She kept saying they were friends. From what I understand, from what was said to me, is that the reason why she was giving out his smoke pans at the end of the reunion show last season is because she thought that he was a rich man, that she was going to be able to leave Ralph and go and be with him. But he still got a baby mama in Texas that he fuck with, that he really got, you know, laid up somewhere, who he put his, who is actually getting some of his money, right? And child, it's been told to me that he basically did the same thing to Drew. Drew sent him money as well. And now Drew is just trying to save face. And I think her way of saving face was the Terry situation. Bring another man on so it doesn't seem like I was that serious with Black. But apparently she was. She said she didn't know B. She didn't know her. B said, girl, we went on vacation together. You and him was in the same room. Child said that he met Drew's kids and everything. And that's why, and then somebody was in my comments yesterday and they were, you know, because they always trying to draw false equivalencies so that, you know, they can make it seem like, oh, you being a hypocrite and you just don't like Portia. Girl, truly and really, I don't give a fuck. Like, to be honest, I've said how I feel. Truly and really, I don't like how she move. I don't like how she move. It ain't got nothing to do with me liking somebody else more. And I don't know where y'all, like, why that's not clicking for y'all. Thank you, baby. I don't know why that's not clicking for y'all. I don't dislike Drew or Portia because of my like for Shamia. That's not what's happening. Stop being fucking stupid. I explain it all the time why I feel the way I feel. The reason why I don't like this one right here no more, because I was going up for her last season. The reason why I don't like her is because she's fake and she's fraudulent. And I was being nice. And I didn't mention the shit with her kids because I really did want to blame Ralph because I think Ralph is the fucked up ass nigga we think he is. But we got to be real about who Drew SEDURE is. And that's the thing. When a woman is fighting an abusive partner, it is very hard to see that she's also a fucking weirdo. It's hard to see that sometimes. It takes you a minute to be able to see it clearly when the smoke has settled, the dust has settled. And I wanted to believe that this was all something cooked up by Ralph to make you look like a bad parent, Drew. But when I actually sat and thought about it, bitch, I came to a new conclusion. I don't want to be nice about it anymore. Because when I really, truly think about it, it rubbed me wrong the way you handled your oldest son as it pertains to Ralph. It rubbed me wrong the way you were willing to allow that man to act like he really cared about your son. Also, you could have that man. That man lied, and you was still trying to keep that man. You ain't really care about that nigga. That nigga was financially securing you. And it wasn't until you was going to be ready to move on to another rich man that you was really going to be ready to get rid of Ralph's bitch ass, okay? That lady was cheating. Let me tell it, the lady was cheating. Let me tell it, when you was fucking with Ty, He said you was cheating. I think you was really fucking tired. You want to act like you wasn't fucking tired? You was fucking tired. We know you was fucking tired. We was trying to let it escape because we wanted you to not have no issues with that divorce. Right? We wanted you to be able to get away from that abusive man and do what you needed to do. And what you wanted to do, you wanted to stay in the house. And we, girl, why the fuck would you do that instead of just leaving and getting your own place? You know why? Because you toxic as fuck too. And if you really cared about your kids, bitch, I'm sorry. You would have been way more upset by this situation. That bitch ain't drop a tear. She ain't blink an eye. She cried this season because her daddy passed away. That's what she said. When she started crying in that scene because somebody, K. Michelle, started crying. So she had to start crying. And the reason why she said she started crying was because she missed her daddy. Okay, girl, I miss my daddy too. I'll give you that. Even though I don't believe you, but I'll give it to you. You ain't cried one tear about what's going on with Ralph and him taking custody of your children away from you? It don't make you feel no type of way? It don't make you feel no type of way? All I'm going to say, I'm going to let her finish this clip. But all I'm going to say is I can see you now. And you shouldn't have came in my DMs because that made me see just how delusional you are. I knew you was delusional before. But when you came in my DMs, you really, really told on yourself. You really, really told on yourself.
Your entire existence on this show was me and you coming for me and you stating things that I was coming and planning and plotting and scheming, and we found out that wasn't true. So I feel like if you're going to drag for me.
And see, I'm mad that K. Michelle didn't really resolve that, because do we really feel like you wasn't doing exactly what the fuck K. Michelle said you was doing? Because I don't trust nothing that come out of your mouth.
Keep that same energy when you own it, because you were wrong. And there was no plot. There was no plan. She admitted that, as we saw. If you didn't see it, catch it on Peacock. But
that's not what she said.
It was no plot and scheme.
Never did she say that. Not once did K. Michelle say that shit. K. Michelle did not say it didn't happen. She said I should have let it happen. She said that I was paranoid. I was paranoid, but I should have just let it happen. She said a lot of things, but she never said she was wrong about y'all plotting on her.
Never did anything to Kay. I feel like she definitely owes me an apology.
To me, Drew is gassing it. This is the reason why. This is why she was being called Nobody Drew, because Drew will be sitting here waiting for the opportunity to make herself a victim and make you the bad guy, right? Meanwhile, she's been being passive aggressive and throwing slugs your way the entire time. She's the type of person that thinks you're stupid. So when you give her some type of grace, she thinks she can tap dance on your top. I don't like stupid people that act like the people they talking to is stupid. I know you used to dealing with people that can't see you, Drew. That's what it feel like. It feel like you must ain't never talked to nobody that could see a lying motherfucker just via text, girl. That made no sense to me. That made no sense to me for you to come to me talking about everything that happened last season with Shamia. And it wasn't Portia, it was Shamia. Go back and watch. Girl. You're a fucking follower. You're a follower. You have a really weak constitution. You can take a lot of humiliation. And then as soon as you get a little bit of reprieve from Portia's foot being on your neck, now you want to be out here. I deserve an apology. And you don't really fit in. And you should really not do that. Girl, I can't stand no bitch like that. I can't stand no bitch. I can't stand that shit. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't stand no fake ass bitch that's extremely like obvious. Like you're obviously full of shit. You're obviously fraudulent. You're obviously acting. And then you think you talking to somebody that is gonna be stupid and fall for it. Like, stop talking to me like I'm fucking, girl, I'm not gonna fall for that. That's stupid as fuck, that shit you talking about.
You want to come from my career, my singing. I have done nothing to Kelly. I've been supportive of Kelly, and she's...
Girl, can y'all tell me when Kelly Kelly come for Drew's career? I'm sure Kelly said some little comment at some point, but I don't recall Kelly really going in on Drew like that. Y'all remind me. I'm sure, there's some puddles in the comments. Remind me, when did Kelly say something so bad to Drew about her music?
It's just like this little screaming Humpty Dumpty that sat on a wall. You know what I mean? And now I was like, let me just let you be, who you want to be.
Girl, you breaking your neck out with all them fucking chains on.
But I'm going to, point out the facts that they are. I'm not shading you. It's just the fact that your restaurant closed. And so you want to come for me in my career instead of supporting me and uplifting me. So how does that feel?
When she brought that.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. How does that feel? See, I'm so petty and immature that I waited for the right moment to get back at you. I just do it better than you. No, Drew, people just don't care enough to do all of this to you. You're not the threat you think you are. People don't care enough to ride an hour to whatever you have going on if they're not being paid for it. You care enough to go out of your way to make these women look bad. You care enough to be kissing ass and all of that so that you can be on the side of the couch that everybody's uplifting right now. But nobody cares enough, Drew. That's why. Kelly told her she looked like that alien in her movie. I don't remember her coming for her music. No, for real. The surgery really has gone to her head, for real.
That up, she also brought up your kids, and she said, well, you never have your kids, and that upset you. I saw your reaction. Yeah.
Oh, see that? Like pretending, like I know that's supposed to hurt me, but it doesn't really hurt me because surprise, surprise, bitch, I didn't want to have the kids anyway. I'm sorry. I'm being too honest. It's too late, okay? Y'all, I really like, oh my God, y'all. I hate when people act stupid. I hate when, y'all, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. But please understand, y'all, next season, if Drew stops talking like this, I will give her a clean slate because it don't really matter. I'm just talking about as it pertains to my reviews. She don't have to give a fuck about what I say. To be honest, I would prefer for her to leave me the fuck alone. You ain't got to say nothing else to me. Because nothing you say is going to change how I feel because I see how you move and I see who you are. You ain't got to say nothing else to me, Drew. It's good, babe. We don't have to argue.
What's your situation?
Do your job, and I'm going to do mine.
Like, and how did that make you feel?
Now that for me, that was below the belt. That was, kids are off limits in this group. Like we have discussed that many, many, many times.
It's the fake, kids are, it's really fake. Like, oh my God, right? That hurt. Girl, you don't care about that. Just like Portia don't care about nobody calling her mama a hoe. Portia don't care about nobody calling her mama a hoe. She don't care about that, girl. She know who her mama is. She don't care. Drew, you don't care about nobody pointing out you ain't have your kids. You didn't have them.
And so I felt like, for us to not really have any real issue, if somebody can tell me the issue, please do. Let me know the issue. But
you went to her restaurant. Why are you asking what Kelly's issue is with you? You went to her restaurant to prove that it was closed. So we already knew it was closed. So you really just did that in order to like push the knife in and twist it around a little bit. You wanted to put your foot on Kelly's neck a little bit more. And you thought it was going to be funny because everybody was dogpiling on Kelly. So you thought this would have everybody being like, oh my God, Drew, ha, ha, ha. And that's because you're trying too fucking hard. You trying too hard to get the validation of them fucking weirdo ass people. And they don't even care that much. They only like you because you cozying up to Portia.
There's no issue. I've not done anything to Kelly. She just always is looking for a moment. And I feel like coming from my kids was just distasteful.
You're always looking for a moment. Y'all gonna stop calling her losing Isaiah in my comments. Shout out to Rodney.
Especially with the battles that she's been having. I just think that that's something we should not bring on.
The whole tone is fake, especially with the battles that she's having, because she's going through a divorce and her little ugly ass husband is taking all of her money and everything. And it's like, yeah, but he couldn't take her kids, Drew. And in this world of moral superiority, a nigga could take your ends. That's to be expected. But a nigga robbing you of custody proves that he's a better parent than you. a narcissistic nigga being a better parent than you makes you look like trash. And I want y'all to understand something, because y'all keep trying to compare the two. Let me tell you the difference. The difference is this happened to Drew because Drew wasn't doing what the fuck she was supposed to be doing behind them children, and you can't tell me no different. Shamia having a surrogate having a miscarriage is an act of God, right? That's out of everybody's control. Y'all know how I feel. I feel like they don't need to be doing that shit no more anyway. The guy's trying to tell you something. Go sit that ass down somewhere. Stop trying to give niggas children. He already got 2. Be grateful for the 2 you got, fuck ass. Now, that's one thing. It's a whole nother thing, the way y'all be trying to act like, oh my God, we should have like sympathy for Drew. So you want me to feel bad for a bitch that don't even care that she lost custody of her kids? She don't even care that she lost custody of her kids. And you want me to feel bad for her about something that I don't even think she actually feels bad about. Girl, get the fuck out of here.
This platform.
Yeah.
It's coming for the kids, including the kids. They did not ask to be
Nobody came for your kids.
part of this. So I really feel like there's an apology owed in that respect. You want to come from.
Yeah. Girl, watching the goofy girl get turned into a mean girl is like, oh my God, girl. what was the girl name? Fern? Fern turned into a violet. That's what it's giving. Do y'all remember Fern? Was it Fern Mayonnaise? Was that her name? Y'all remember Jawbreaker? Okay, if you like me, girl, we grew up watching Jawbreaker, and she's very much giving when Fern found Courtney Shane and them killing Liz Purr, and then gave her a makeover and turned her into Violet. My Violets. Girl, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Portia is Courtney Shane. Girl, y'all need to go watch that. If you've never seen Jawbreaker, go watch Jawbreaker, because Jawbreaker is exactly. Girl. Low key, right? Not completely, because they give Liz Purr this very angel-like thing. But Shamia and Liz Purr are the same person. Okay, that's the same character. Courtney Shane is Portia. And then Fern Mayo is Drew Sidora. And then there was the other girl, right? The other blonde girl. That's really Angela though. That's really Angela. Y'all remember her? The other blonde girl? I think her name is that's the one that Keenan used to be with back in the day, Brittany. She was ain't that the same girl? No, they look alike, but that's not her. Let me pull it up. I need to get the name. It's gonna work on my nerves, girl. We gotta be here watching Jawbreaker later on. Okay. Girl, who is Julie? Y'all don't even have a Julie. Y'all in Jawbreaker and y'all don't even have a fucking Julie. I guess next season we gonna see who could be a Julie, right? Somebody that steps out of the group and stands on their own. I don't know. But Marcy, Julie Benz, Marcy. Marcy is Angela. Angela and Cynthia can swap places for the Marcy character, y'all. I'm about to pull it up so y'all can see. Julie Benz. Yes, girl. Y'all better know. Okay, see, Julie Benz, that could either be Angela or Cynthia, especially because she has a very nervous energy, right? Very, very nervous energy. Same like the blonde girl from Mean Girls. You remember? We should totally... No, that was Gretchen. Sorry. Totally stab Caesar. No, sorry. Okay. Foxy. Girl, get the fuck out of here, Julie. Get the fuck, Marcy. Get out of here, Marcy. Talking about my nickname Foxy. Girl, she had a little necklace, little nameplate with Foxy on it. Rose McGowan is Courtney Shane, and Courtney Shane is Portia. And y'all don't have a Rebecca Gayheart. Y'all don't have, honestly, yeah, y'all don't really have a Rebecca Gayheart character. Y'all don't have her. Y'all need her. Y'all need some, but that's, no. Y'all don't have a Rebecca Gayheart. Right? Like, they don't, I feel like When Phaedra tried to go be a lawyer for Kelly, that might have been a Rebecca Gayheart moment, right? Because I'm gonna go and extend myself to her. And that's me stepping outside of the clique, right? Pinky. Pinky is not enough a part of their side in order for, because y'all got to remember, Rebecca Gayheart's character was a part of the clique. Like, she was a part of the clique. And because she was the one that actually felt the most, sympathy for Fern, she's the one that felt, really bad about what happened to Liz Purr, because she had a conscience. Nobody on Portia's couch has a conscience. And it would have to be somebody from her couch in order to step out. Yeah, no one has a moral compass. Nobody on their side has a moral compass. So you're not going to get a Julie. You're not going to get a Julie, girl. I think K. Michelle tried to be a Julie. She tried. But it's not giving a Julie, girl. It's not. It's not. This is so good. I wonder what this is. Phaedra was a little bit, but not really. She was a little bit of a Julie, but Julie was really like willing to go out on a limb. In the grand scheme of things, Shamia would be that character, but I feel like Shamia is Liz Purr. I'm not trying to, ain't nobody trying to wish death on you or nothing like that. Liz Purr was part of the clique, but she was nice in addition to being pretty and well-liked. That's why Courtney hated her. Yes. And that is who I believe Shamia actually is. Because when y'all ask people about Shamia that have actually been around Shamia, they will tell you that Shamia is the good time girl. She's fun. She's really sweet. She's really kind. Until she's sitting next to Courtney Shane. Then she's a mean girl. Ain't that interesting, y'all? That's why I be telling y'all, I don't know why y'all can't see what be going on, because they're doing they're doing Heathers. They're doing Jawbreaker. They're doing Mean Girls. Like every fucking, movie about some high school girls bullying one of the people when the people turn out to have a little bit more empathy than you want them to have, girl. Yes, I have, y'all. Okay, so hold up. Before we get there, Phaedra Parks might be dating this white man. The Traitors co-star CT. I mean, this would be perfect for her. This would be perfect for her. I don't know if this is true, but this would be perfect. Because, Phaedra's a little weird. I also feel like a part of the reason why, there's something likable about Phaedra is because I think we all recognize the overachieving Black girl that is actually not like everybody else for real. You are, but you aren't. You know what I'm saying? And because, Phaedra's a little weird in certain ways, right? And I think now that she out of the church thing after Apollo, she's able to be more of the person that she actually is. I think a white guy would be much better for somebody like Phaedra. But I also feel like that's because there's a level of shallowness. Like their depth would meet at the same place. A white man and a Black woman like Phaedra, they would have the same, this base level. Like it would be about the same for their, sociopathic personalities that are also, people that kind of care a little bit sometimes, Yeah. I feel like it would, she need a girl. That's what she needed. She needed a white man, girl. Congratulations, Phaedra. And y'all, before we get into Raquel Lee, y'all asked me about it, so here we are.
We need to be like on yachts every day, sipping mimosas in Miami. We need.
Girl, Niecy sent I think it was Niecy that put it in the chat. The pictures of Kenya. The way I was zooming in, like, who the fuck is that? I just feel like they pulled her a little too tight. It's gotta wear off. It's gotta wear off a little bit. That's what it is. It's just gotta wear off. That's what it is, y'all. It just gotta come down just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's too tight. It's too tight. That's because she about to be on TV with white women. That's why. She's about to be on TV as a black woman in front of a whole bunch of tight-faced white people. So, yeah, I absolutely understand why she went and got that little work done before she start this show. But I also feel like you don't even look like yourself. He said she looked like Yandy. Actually, I think she looks like the younger version of herself. I'm not even gonna front on her. She looks like how she looked, back in the day, just without this extra eye meat that she used to have. She used to have this little eye meat right here. This eye meat not here no more because you got to tug and pull on that, and so that eye meat the eye meat be gone. Yeah, no, we thought it was AI too. I was like, she face tuned the piss out herself. She still look good. I just, it gotta ease up. It's gotta ease up. It's a little too tight. It's a little too tight. Look like she just came back from getting that shit done 2 days ago. Can you, like, if you see this girl, I hope you know that I love you. Like, if you see this, like, I hope you know that this is not trying to, like, I'm not trying to shade you in any way, shape, or form, Kenya. I'm really not. Because I'm rooting for you, bitch. I want you back on the show. I'm glad you got another job. I'm glad that you have the money to even get a facelift like that. And you're around all these white women and you were still going to look younger than them. But I understand why you needed to go ahead and do that. But it's scary. It's scary, y'all. I love you, Kenya. It's really scary. Like, I want them to show it again. Yeah. Y'all, she looked like... I wish I had one of my fans up here so I could show y'all what it looked like. She looked like a fan is blowing her face back. You know how you be on a roller coaster going down and gravity pull your face up? That's what she looked like. She's beautiful. She's always beautiful, but it's just too tight right now. That's all. It's gonna wear off and then it's gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish she would have got this done maybe like a month ago. That way it would have settled and it wouldn't be so fresh. Cause I love you, Kenya. I love you, Kenya, and I can't wait to see what it looked like when it settled down just a little bit. Okay? I can't wait to see what it looked like when it settled down just a little bit. Let's move on, y'all. Let's get into Raquel. All right, y'all. Y'all remember Raquel. We grew up. We was Disney kids. We watched all the black shows. If there's a black little girl on a TV show, bitch, you've seen Raquel Lee. So a previously undisclosed settlement involving former child actress Raquel Lee and actor Mark Curry has surfaced just days after Lee filed a sweeping negligence lawsuit against Disney over alleged sexual abuse she says occurred while making the 2001 Disney Channel movie The Proof Point. Now, I remember she talked about it because wasn't she one of the ones that was on, she was on one of them documentaries, but I remember her talking about the shit that be going on before, okay? I wonder, was she a part of that Nickelodeon documentary, y'all? I can't remember. Okay, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Lee reached a confidential settlement agreement with Curry in 2015, years before her new lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company. Curry played Lee's father in Poof Point while Lee was 14 years old during production. Attorney Gloria Alfred, who has represented numerous people making sexual misconduct allegations against prominent figures, represented Lee in the private resolution. One important distinction remains. The Hollywood Reporter has not reported that Lee filed a public lawsuit against Curry in 2015, and the outlet did not disclose the allegations or claims that specifically led to the private settlement. What is confirmed is that Lee and Curry reached a confidential resolution. No settlement amount, financial terms, admission of wrongdoing, or other conditions have been made public. Lee and Curry did not respond to the outlet's request for comment about the agreement, while Allred declined to comment. The distinction is especially important because Lee's current lawsuit against Disney does not name Curry as the alleged perpetrator, meaning she got assaulted by more than one person. Lord have mercy. The Hollywood Reporter, according to the Hollywood Reporter, the complaint identifies the alleged assailant only as a middle-aged male employee who was involved in the filming of the movie. Public reporting has not established that Curry is the unnamed person described in the new filing, and that the existence of the 2015 settlement should not be treated as proof of connection. Lee's latest legal action instead targets Disney and focuses on what she claims the company failed to do while she was a minor working on one of its productions. So basically what they're saying is she sued Mark Curry back in the day, but we don't know if Mark Curry was the person that actually did something to her, because now in this filing against the corporation that, allowed for the shit to take place, he's not named in that, and that it was somebody who did something to her. It could possibly be Mark and it could be somebody else. But this would not be surprising to me because she was beautiful. She is beautiful. But when you're very young and people can tell that you're going to be a beautiful woman, right? Because there are people that I feel like just like kids. But sometimes it's the people that can see the woman that you're going to grow into. And they're also attracted to the child in you. But to me, like as a person on the outside looking in, if I can see how beautiful you are, I know that those men would have wanted to have you because of how beautiful you were and because you were so young. Because that's what they get off on, being the first to ruin you. A lot of them get off on being the first one to ruin you, girl. We talked about Beyonce already. We talked about it in my members only. Y'all missed that. It was a good conversation. If you a member in here and y'all remember, it was a good conversation, huh? I feel bad for the young kids that grow up in Hollywood because I really wanted that for myself, but my parents, it was more so, no, you're gonna do theater. You might do a local commercial here or there, but you're not about to do all of that. And I feel like my daddy didn't want nobody molesting me, okay? He was like, I'm beating her, that's enough, okay? We don't need any more abuses on the child. I'm doing all of the hitting and mind games that anybody needs to do on this child. She don't need no more abuses. And so he was very, very serious about making sure that I was protected from people trying to fuck with my nether regions when I was a child. You can't go over here. Who is all over there? You know what I mean? And also, my daddy understood that when somebody shows up for a kid, it makes people more afraid to do shit to them because somebody is coming from. That's why predators take advantage of children who are at risk. And it's usually because they know ain't nobody really got the money or the energy or the time to come looking behind a child. You know what I mean? And I, hey, I tell y'all a lot that I learned from my dad, from his negative attributes. That was one of his positive attributes that I'm very, very grateful for. Because that nigga was like, not my child and not on my watch. He showed up to everything, nauseatingly so. And now that I'm an adult, I recognize it was because he wanted everybody to know somebody is going to come with a gun in hand behind this child, because nobody is fucking with my kid. Okay? But me. Okay? And a lot of parents feel like that. They be like, I could talk to my child like shit. You can't. We need to get that together. Something wrong with y'all. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I wanna end, but it's first I wanna look at this Krishan clip, because Krishan is interviewing with Jason Lee. And yes, somebody said in the comments, like Celeste Rivas, and like who else? Daddy wasn't coming behind her. Like old girl, Nevaeh. Another thing is, I want y'all to be very clear. I feel bad for everybody that's being abused. I'm not, because I be hearing sometimes y'all be saying shit like, oh, y'all only be defending Nevaeh and them because they light skinned or some shit like that. And I'm like, I hope y'all know that that's not the case with me. Because I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't know when you could tell me the last time a dark-skinned black woman was getting abused to this extent in front of everybody. Y'all wouldn't even make them famous enough for it to happen. Because I don't know none of them girls on Baddies the way I know the women that have babies for Blueface. And everybody's light-skinned. And they hella colorist over there. And yes, children need advocates. They do. They need people that's going to show up behind them. And I tell y'all, my daddy used to love scaring people on behalf of his kids. That was one of his favorite things to do. Yes, nigga, be scared of me. I will kill you. And get away with it. Okay, my daddy was one of them people. Yeah, like, that's why I'm like, I don't know why people don't see, like, I'm gonna just say I'm my daddy's child. I am definitely my daddy's child. Because that's why I understand when people be fucked up, y'all. I can understand it because I was raised by it. I know how it feels, but I don't subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe, but I know. I used to feel how my daddy would feel all the time. If I stopped being mad, I lost. If I just say I'm wrong, then I lose, and I can't lose. It's like this fear, like this real deep-rooted fear of being wrong or of not winning the argument, and it feeling like if you lose the argument, it's humiliating to you in a way that your ego can't handle. Because I could feel that from him, being empathetic and all of that, being an empath and such things, and listening to my inner voice more than most people do, I was able to recognize where my daddy's angst came from. Recognized it in myself, was able to unwrap myself from it. One of the earliest things that I did second. First thing I did was noticed that y'all want me to like light-skinned people. Stop just liking light-skinned people. Unwrap myself from the colorism in middle school. Then about 18, 19, before my dad died, I was able to unwrap myself from the anger, from the feeling like I needed to prove a point. Because you'll destroy yourself. You'll destroy yourself eventually trying to prove points to motherfuckers that don't matter. Sometimes I got to give y'all life lessons and shit, Fuck with it or don't. Anyway, let's get into these fucked up people. Either way, I say all that to say I don't do colorism. I don't favor people because of, color and all of that. I don't care nothing about none of that. I don't like when people are being harmed unnecessarily. And I also look at the person that's doing the harming. Are they being harmed by the person that they're harming? If they're not being harmed by the person that they're harming, then I cannot defend them in the situation. They no longer matter. Now you're just a perpetrator because no one's doing to you what you're doing to them. But then when we place Nevaeh in the mother role, you a raggedy ass bitch that needs your kids taken away. But are you the psychopath I think Krishan is? No. Krishan is a psychopath, in my opinion. I'm being excessive for the sake of comedy. Straight face, but there's supposed to be a giggle in there somewhere. Out there. Not in here. Out there when I said it. Okay? Because I can't diagnose her. I don't have the credentials just yet. And I don't want this to come back on me and it was like, see, but listen, when I become Dr. Bondi, erase all of this shit. I'm not diagnosing anybody. The bitch just looked like she don't give a fuck about nobody. And she looked like she's capable of gross negligence and harm. That's what I'm going to say. She looks capable of gross negligence and harm. And I feel like I can say that based on what's on social media.
How do you love somebody that goes on live and says that you tried to set him up to have him killed? Do you understand like the craziness and all of that?
Yeah, so why would he pull up if that's the truth?
But no.
See, you can't focus on yourself. You can't focus. It don't matter what he do. It don't matter that he keep pulling up. Why do you keep letting him? See, slow. And look, I don't feel bad for either of them. I respect that. But y'all, I'm sorry. I don't like watching people be wounded and harmed like that. I don't have to like the person. I'm going to still feel like it's wrong. I'm going to still feel saddened by it. Like it doesn't make me feel good to watch the way he been talking to that girl, the way, you know what I'm saying? The way he been, like even with the baby and her being pregnant, like you don't give a fuck about nobody. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to stand hard on my square when I tell you no young girl ends up in situations like that on her own. Because what Nevaeh is going through is the same thing that a lot of these girls are going through. It's just not on camera. That's what I recognize in it. That's why everybody likes watching it. It's not just because it's a circus. It's because a lot of people are living like this. A lot of people are talking to each other like this. Me and my husband was just talking about how sometimes we walk into the room and feel like an endangered species. Oh my God, it's a couple that respects each other. Look at them. You've never seen it before. They actually like each other. Look at them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like we could feel people looking at us like, what the fuck wrong with everybody, bro? Y'all, people do not respect each other, y'all. I'm so sorry. Y'all talk, and there's one thing, because we was just talking about this, about how sometimes, you be joking with each other. Like, me and him could joke and be like, boy, fuck you. And we know we're not serious because we know each other. So that's one thing. That's not what they doing over there, y'all. The way that man is throwing out that bitch word at her, I could feel every slug. Every time he say something, I can feel it in my body as if he's saying it to me. And that's because I've experienced it in real life. That's why it's triggering, because it's exactly like some shit that I've experienced in real life. And so for me, I can't help but to feel bad. Honestly, there's a space that I feel bad for Blueface in. Because to me, Blueface is somebody that hates himself so much and doesn't know how to handle the emptiness that he can't help but to be like this with them. Like, I can see it. I can see how self-deprecating he is. I can see how much he wishes somebody probably will put him out his motherfucking misery. That's a part of the reason why people be like this, is because they hope that they can be nasty enough to you that you will eventually take them out their fucking misery. It'd be a subconscious thing. But sometimes, because you be like, "Biggie, you cruising for a bruising, ain't you?" Y'all listen. I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all allow for the disrespect that is happening in this couple to happen in real life. And I find it terrible, and I don't like it. And I don't care that she hasn't left yet. I also feel like people act like her not leaving is also not a byproduct of the abuse, and feeling like where else can she go where she's going to have a better situation than what she has with him. That is the same thing that any other abused woman would feel like if the man was also using finances to abuse her. It's no different. And so because it's the exact same situation, no matter the reasoning, no victim is going to be perfect. I'm still going to feel the way I feel. That is wrong. And we should be calling it out. And it shouldn't just be taken as it's okay and excused because it's honest. It's not honest. It's not honest. It's not. It's cruelty under the guise of honesty. Because honesty would be you being honest about how you truly feel. Not just the anger that you feel, but also those vulnerable moments when you don't want to tell that girl that you feel like I don't deserve to even be with you. Niggas like that, that's how they truly feel. But they'll never honestly say it. That's why it ain't honesty, bitch. It's ego. It's pretending like you like yourself and you feel good about treating other people bad. You feel good about treating other people bad because you hate yourself. Like, that's just how it is. This is just the way it is, y'all. I haven't seen a motherfucker yet that's extremely evil, that is not extremely self-loathing, that don't hate themselves, that we're not like. I'll take it back to y'all stupid ass president. As terrible as this man is, y'all, and we all know this man is the most terrible, like one of the most terrible, like energetic entities that we have ever known in our time. And I, for a fact, know that he was severely abused as a child. I can only imagine a mama that don't really give a fuck and a daddy that abuse you. And let's not forget how them people like to fuck their kids as a way of breaking their spirits as well. That's a thing for some families, to use molesting and raping children as a way to get mind control over them, to make sure that they're broken and they'll do what you tell them to do. Especially if you intend for them to run a business the way you want them to run a business into perpetuity. Even after you gone, you have to be able to basically micro print on a brain. In order for you to do that, you have to break their sense of self so that you can tell them who they are. So even after you're dead and gone and when you're not around, they will do what you would want them to do because you've basically imprinted it on their brain. Them people understand that. Please know that a lot of these people abuse their children because they want them to be racist and psychopathic and want to harm other people. They want you to keep that shit going. That's a part of why they abuse their kids in the first place, is to keep the shit going. Because people don't want to admit, I feel like people lie about how often being abused turns you into an abuser. Because we all know that a lot of us have had like real terrible shit happen to us. And what it makes a lot of us feel like is, oh, I would never want to put somebody through what I've been through. And some of us do this shit subconsciously, don't even realize we doing it, right? But there are those of us that know exactly how we got here, what we're doing, and we feel righteous about it because it was done to us. They did it to me, so I could fucking do it to you. And the energy in your body makes you feel like you need to like impress that upon other people. So please understand, y'all, the child abuse thing is fucking serious. Y'all, everybody be online laughing. Oh, it's skits. Oh, y'all, energetically, it is whatever the fuck I feel like it is. I hate to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, us. You know what I'm saying? Us, you too. Because we ignore a lot of the times how things feel. And that's the game you've been taught to play with your discernment. This shit don't just be happening for no reason. And people playing in your face, making you feel like it's not what it is a part of the problem. That's why a lot of y'all like me. Because I'm going to say what it is in a way that is like, oh my God, thank you. And I get that. Because I be needing that shit too.
But why would you let him pull up? I'm talking about you.
I'm just saying, like, because he's just lying.
Right, so why would you pull up and hang out with a liar?
Yeah, you're right. What? You asking good questions.
You're physically and even spiritually great. How you keep getting in the bullshit?
Because you're not. Girl, because you're not. What do you mean? Because you're not.
That's the part I'm trying to understand. I'm talking to you now as a friend. How do you allow it to happen? So when I'm asking you, like, it's him.
I didn't say it's him. I said that's what's something I'm struggling with. I told you multiple times. You want me to keep repeating
But you can't keep blaming the fame and you can't keep blaming the audience.
You do blame it. And now that he's calling you out on it, you can't sit in an uncomfortable feeling that this is your fault.
I'm saying, like, I'm under a
because at this point, it's not about what he does to her. At this point, like, it's really not.
Microscope.
Right.
People backslide. People go this way, go that way. We just don't care what they do because they just who they are.
Okay.
And that's not true. And that's another thing. In real life, you are harmful to people. People do care. But how they express that care, it's not the way you think they're going to express it. But you don't care anyway because you just want an excuse to do whatever you want to do.
What is it about Krishan Rock that you want people to know that they may have wrong about you?
Oh, just give me time. Be patient with me. Like, don't count me out.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's counting you out.
No, they.
See, I have this thing about me, y'all, and I might be fucked up for this, right? I need people to show me some shit. You can't just say stuff to me. You got to show me some shit. So if somebody claim Yahweh, 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 that God and religion is the best thing and it's blessing them, making them a better person, they need to actually show up as that. And if you're not showing up as that, then you just fucking talking, which means I'm not going to believe it because I need to see it first. And you working out and becoming a wildly subpar boxer is not going to correct you being in a toxic, abusive relationship and in turn having a baby that you're abusing because you refuse to admit that you caused your child to be in the situation that he's in. So you refuse to acknowledge it. You're not the first bitch to do this. The Black community and communities, but specifically the Black community, is full of people that had children that had disabilities and they refused to acknowledge it or get the children the appropriate help because of the shame they felt about it. They felt like it was their fault. They couldn't possibly live with that. So instead of sucking it the fuck up, admitting that you fucked up and getting the baby to help so in the long run the child can be better and it'll just be a mistake you made. No, you refuse to accept it. I'm not going to acknowledge what they speaking over my child. Bitch, your baby needs help. And the refusal to get it is negligence, it's abusive, and it shows that you care more about your shame than that baby's life. And it's a lot of y'all like that.
Yeah.
Don't get emotional because here come the tears.
You asked a question.
Do you feel like people are counting you out?
No, they're rooting for me.
Okay.
And I feel like
they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be rooting for you, bitch. They should be rooting for your kid. That's who they should be rooting for your fucking kid. You are a lost cause as far as I'm concerned. It's not other people's responsibility to see you differently before you actually prove to be different. That shit is crazy. That's how y'all, all of this weird psychopathic shit continues to happen because y'all don't never ask nobody to prove they fucking work. You just let them say it and cry and say Jesus' name and say Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. And then go back to being a terrible fucking person, beating people up and sucking dick.
I'm not showing up how I should be.
Okay.
But they can see the growth. They see it. They see the potential. So.
Do you see it though?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So do you understand why I'm asking these questions?
Yes.
Okay.
It's meant to make you emotional and cry so that we can feel empathetic towards you as you sit there and you're white with your hair brushed back and, your natural baby hair. And then you have your, nice little grown lady gold earrings on. Yeah, it's very much given sanitize. Make me look like I'm not the psychopath that I am. And y'all got to learn that psychopaths are not just like stoic with no emotion. They're also people that burst into tears hysterically so that they can manipulate other people.
Yeah. I just have to take more time with myself.
The growth is in the fact that she got a workout regimen down. Girl.
When you see all the online hate that Junior gets, what do you think about that? What do you want to say to the people?
Bitch. Y'all gonna make me mad. Y'all please, y'all tip me. Cause YouTube, y'all saw how YouTube played me yesterday, took my live down, blocked my live because of that clip I'm on Joe Budden podcast. So I had to take my shit down. That's gonna fuck with my div a dance. They always playing with me, y'all. They don't be telling y'all notifications. Y'all gotta go up for your people. Because the system not gonna girl, y'all gotta go up for your people. Okay? You gotta go up for your people. You gotta look for me, girl. You gotta come around here. You think I'm gonna be up here? Come around here. I'm gonna do better at sending out links. Y'all follow me on Threads here. Because it's easier for y'all to click on links on Threads. Are y'all on Threads? I'm going to start putting the links on you on Instagram stories too. Do y'all be on Instagram stories? Because I got to start being able to send y'all links to shit easier. So that y'all can see the shit. Because I obviously I can't trust the system to send y'all the notifications. But anyway, I'm sorry. Let's get back into this. Don't nobody be hating on that baby. We hate on his mother that is abusing him on camera, on live, on the internet, consistently for years now. We've been watching gross negligence occur. Don't nobody hate on that baby. We want that baby to be with people that care enough to help him. Put all these little weird fucking feelings and all of that to the side. She can't put her little weird fucking feelings to the side.
People who oftentimes have no respect for kids.
I just focus on him. I just love him.
I don't think it was Mona, y'all. I don't think it was Mona. I think Joe Budden's podcast probably has it in the system, to... AI the situation, but I covered it. So we're going to see if when I repost it on BondyBlue Bites, if I get the same response. But y'all check out BondyBlue Bites. That's my secondary YouTube channel. I cut up these lives and put up each thing by topic. If you don't follow me over there, please do. Thank you so much.
And then just kind of like block out the noise. Mm-hmm.
So my sister has had one of her kids. She has 3 kids. One of her kids, my nephew Amir. Hello. He just went to college, graduated high school. He was born with autism, and my sister had to really spend a lot of time helping him, and he's just blossomed into an amazing human being that I'm proud of. And now he's pursuing entertainment of all things, which I don't know why you want to get in this crazy business. We can both tell you about that. When you are helping your son, who obviously people have had concerns about, how do you plan for that? How do you embrace the opportunity to help him through whatever challenges he may have?
Well, he's just
When you see all the online hate that
gonna outgrow all the things he's having. Like, he don't have no diagnosis or no illnesses. I just think he just need more time. And I'm on his time. He got.
You would have to take him to the doctor in order for him to get a diagnosis. I feel like they did diagnose that baby. And again, you don't want to accept it because it would mean it was your fault.
Therapy. I'm there for him. I'm praying over him. And I don't accept the things that people put on him. So.
And shouldn't people
Y'all's ability to not accept truths to protect your own psyche, even if it's harming your kid, is child abuse.
allow him and you the privacy to care for him and help him grow through those things with respect and privacy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
pull up the
if
video.
they don't, I don't care.
So when you say you don't care, but you just had a whole leak of tears coming out your eyes a second ago, you do care about some stuff.
Oh no, I'm passionate.
Okay.
You asked a certain question.
Yeah.
That question was actually sweet.
Yeah. Well, you're a sweet person.
You said, "Oh, what do you think? What do you want to say to the people, or what do you think?" And it had me like really think. So that's what I got. I'm gonna outgrow all the things he's having. Like,
She said he's gonna outgrow all the things he's having. Okay. Let's go to TikTok right quick, and then I'm gonna go. But this
One
is
of the many
this is
reasons
the
I don't
type
keep tab on
Ooh,
me.
This is the type of shit that be pissing me off. Because I feel like in real life we see this shit all the time, y'all. We see this all the time with people ignoring that their kids have issues.
Do you long for Jesus to return? If you're like, well, I got a lot of business to take care of, Jesus, I don't want you to come back, you're not getting that crown. But if your heart is, I love him more than anything this life could give
Y'all
me,
look.
there's a crown waiting for you.
What the fuck, y'all?
There's a crown waiting for you called the crown of righteousness. Look at the wrong bridge.
hey, good morning. Good morning.
You really think she didn't know what the fuck was going on? You really don't think she knew that the child was up?
Push on. You having fun? You gotta go to bed. Woo! We gotta go to night-night. We gotta go night-night.
Child. And you know, more and more, I'm starting to agree with y'all that that baby is for that other boy. Because the older he get, the more he look just like him. And it makes me feel, like a part of the reason why she's low-key doing this is because, you know, guilt, shame makes you hurt your kids. Guilt and shame makes you hurt yourself and other people, but really helps you hurt your kids. So yeah, this right here. What is this?
Can we talk about that? Can I right up? Can we talk about that?
She's always like grabbing him around his face. She's always grabbing him around his face. There is a lot, and that's why I said negligence, because she's not really careful with him, and she doesn't care to be. She does a lot of covering his, like mushing his face and covering. She's been doing that shit for years because she don't want y'all to see how his eyes don't focus. I saw a video where she was getting her nails done and she pushes his stroller all the way across the room. What is? Like, I know y'all think this shit is cute, but under the circumstances, as somebody used to play with their nephew and all of that, you know, and throw him up and throw him on the bed and all of that, I was still very like careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still very cognizant. You know what I mean? Like, of his safety and if he was okay and if he was landing hard on something. Like, and I was a kid. I don't trust or like the lady with the baby. I'm sorry. I feel like sometimes maybe the only thing that really be protecting that child is the fact that she does have to do everything on camera in order to make her living. That's what I feel sometimes. Sometimes I feel like the only reason, you know, that baby is probably not worst off is because she's on camera and she knows enough to know not to do too much. But that video, y'all, when I saw that video last week that I showed y'all of her with that baby under that pillow. And that shit made me so mad. So, yeah. And I also feel like she's dominating him. Y'all, and that's so, girl, he a fucking disabled baby. Why do you need to dominate a disabled baby? I can't, y'all. I just can't. I can't, and I don't like it. And yeah. The lady is weird. And even if the baby does do way better than people intended for him to do, and it doesn't mean that he's just gonna grow out of things. And this is how I feel like a lot of young boys end up being the abusive men that they grow into when you really think about it. Because what I've noticed is that women will carry, not just women, but people, period, they'll carry a lot of shame and guilt around how their children show up, right? And they will ignore these things. They will ignore getting them help because of the shame and guilt they feel. And a child will, you know, become capable in some ways, but the child won't be fully capable. The child will be a little regressed, a little out of control of themselves, not really being able to control their anger or their body and things like that. And because you send them to school and eventually they learn how to get passed through, you know what I'm saying? Y'all send them little niggas out in the world to be somebody's little boyfriend. And they beat the girls and you know, do all types of crazy fucked up shit to them. And you wonder why. It's because it's somebody that needed help, that didn't get it. And a lot of the times what also goes with y'all neglecting them children is abusing them and being mean to them when you get frustrated because they need the help, because they're disabled. You take out the anger on them by hurting them. That shit she did with that pillow and all, that's that type of shit. I'm aggravated that you can't get up on your own, so I'm gonna just leave my arm right here and let you struggle a little bit. That type of mean, those little small mean things that you do to a child, eventually they grow into an adult and they harm people. And I feel like I want to find this clip, y'all, before I get out of here. I want to find this one last clip that I had saw that this lady had posted about gorilla pimping. And the reason why is because I feel like, you know, sometimes you should hear the shit from the men's mouths. The stuff that they say and how they actually think and how they actually feel about young girls sometimes and young women. And so when y'all see these girls that, you know, like not even, you know, Krishan, but like the other girl, like, you know, that ended up out here in the world, and you like, girl, how you ended up out here in the world just taking any old thing. It's like, because the parents, girl. That's why. It's because of parents, girl. Children, you know, don't be perfect. Children be fucked up a little bit. Girl, You gonna make them, you gonna abuse them for being disabled or some shit like that until they become mean and abusive. I think that's what happens a lot of the time. Y'all, I'm trying to find. I'm about to be so aggravated, y'all, because I told y'all I be saving stuff on I be saving stuff on TikTok, and then when I go looking for it, it be gone. It's the last thing, and then I'm gonna get off of here, I promise. Well, I'm just thinking what? Cause a lady pulled out an iPad today on me. Damn. Now I can't find it. I could have sworn I saved it. I might not be able to find it because it didn't save, even though I thought I saved it or at least liked it or reposted it. Cause I damn sure stopped. You know how you be playing stuff, you and letting this shit scroll on your phone. I heard that shit and I stopped my tracks like, wait a goddamn minute. What is this? What is this? Now I can't find the shit. This is so annoying. TikTok, you guys, totally and without a doubt, you fucking suck. Oh, girl. That little lesbian basketball player keep popping up on my timeline. I know y'all probably don't know the one I'm talking about. But I need people to stop. I need people to stop putting them WNBA players on my timeline. Okay? I can't take this type of shit. Did y'all like the video? Did y'all hype me up? Girl. I hate when it's that. You know what? The video might have got, because sometimes that'll happen. Videos get taken down. But I hate it. I'm so annoyed right now. But it was a video, and this guy was talking about the type of things that they do to girls when they want to break them. Putting them in cages, feeding them dog food. Not dog food, feeding them cat food, but putting the girls in cages, putting them, like having them be in the shower and then turning the water on real hot, and locking them in the shower, like if the shower has a door. What else? Making them take baths in bleach or alcohol rub, shit like that. Like the type of shit.
What are the qualities a pimp needs to thrive?
The quality?
What personality traits? One of your girls gets out.
That's not it. Ugh.
Gets out of line.
And beat it.
Wait, is that it?
If I was
and
beat it.
Tell me.
My daddy did that shit. So he was pimping already, but it wasn't called pimping. He didn't call it pimping. But we know what it was because back in the day, they call it pimping. But to me, myself, that's a fucking disgusting ass word. My daddy was running his house with my stepbrothers and stepsisters and running my mama's house. I am not a pimp. I am not a pimp. Me, myself, I'm your best friend. I'm that type of nigga that you can take to your fucking mama house and introduce me to mom and dad. Because I'm not a... I know how to be a street nigga when I need to be a street nigga. I know how to act like a gentleman when I need to act like a gentleman. In other words, put me in a goddamn situation and I'ma shine. That's me. My daddy did that shit.
It's Monday.
But did
Gorilla Pimp explains why he doesn't like renegades.
You guys are out.
I was just trying to see.
Saying which one of
You done broke the first.
a gorilla.
That's some crazy.
The other nigga wrong. A true.
Here we always trying.
So y'all remember?
Nasty, like you know who I bet.
Y'all know they got all these Glorilla clips. I did not put Glorilla in. I put Gorilla, the real word. I put Gorilla Pimp in there, and this is a whole bunch of Glorilla clips.
Nothing. And yeah, Renegades got it worse. The Renegades got it bad.
There's Renegade.
Yeah, that's not it. I'm annoyed. But yeah, they were just talking about all the terrible things that they purposefully do to the girls to break them. And I need for women to understand what abuse is supposed to do to you. Yesterday I was, before I get out of here, yesterday I was on TikTok and I be listening to somebody that is playing Hayden Panettiere's book. And even though I listened to it when I was traveling. So there were times where I had fell asleep and shit. And I would just start it over. But some of the parts I think I might have missed. So I was just listening to it. And there's this part where she's talking to her brother. And her brother basically told her that it was her fault that he had not become as successful as he intended to be. And y'all remember I was telling y'all how I felt about her using her brother's fondness for that abusive man as a way to validate going back to him. I told y'all I didn't like that shit. And this kind of reminds me of that. You don't recognize that what they're doing to you is intentional to break you. And so you kind of give chances you shouldn't give. And, I know the Gorilla Pimp thing is a whole nother thing, but I also feel like it's a part of the psychological abuse that I think men are being socialized and, to do to girls and women. Like this, just always playing Jedi mind games on girls and women. And I don't know if y'all have peeped it. Oh, I saw what Mona had to. But I have. And it's really fucked up. Child, I even saved some of them clips because y'all know when they was talking about Joe Budden's ass being abusive and people started reposting them old clips of that interview with Esther Baxter. Talking about him beating her up and kicking her down the stairs and all of that. And, that was the same thing that happened in Hayden Panettiere. That nigga pushed her down some stairs talking about she remember waking up at the bottom of the stairs. And I'm just like, yeah, because he pushed you, bitch. He pushed you. This inability to see these things clearly will get you hurt. So I think it's really important for women to hear and see, and not just women, but people, period, to know abuse when you see it, be able to identify it, because you'll end up dead thinking that people are just, they're just hurt. Like they not, punching you in your face. Do you know how hard it is to punch somebody you love in the face? I don't know about y'all, but for me, because I have been in physically abusive relationships, it is extremely difficult for me to just haul off and hit somebody that I love or I care about. It's really hard, physically hard for me to do. Because I remember when I used to have to make myself fight people because it was obvious there was no other way around this shit, that I was going to have to fight your ass. And also being raised by somebody that, kind of puts it in your head that you're going to have to pop when people play with you. When people play with you, you got to pop. If they think they, going to out nigga you, you got to out nigga them. That's what I was taught. So for me, I would do a lot of those same things. And it just never felt good. I never felt good. I never liked fighting. I never liked none of that shit. None of that shit felt good to me. That's why now that I'm an adult, I like my weaponry. Okay? Because a lot of times that's all you need for people to leave you alone. And then if you got to do something, you got to do something. I ain't about to be, you ain't going to hurt me first. I know that. But it is what it is, man. You never know I was trying to find the video, just kind of searching, but I can't find it. And now they just keep pulling up, you know, Pimp C and shit. And then I don't want to play any Pimp C because then we gonna start rapping and shit. And that's not what we're here for, because then my video will get blocked. Damn it. Anyway, I love you guys. If I find it, I will, of course, report back tomorrow, y'all, if I actually am able to find the clip that I was looking for. But either way, y'all get the point of it. Be safe out here. Don't let people humiliate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you got to be throwing away people in your life, but just be very careful not to let people think that they can keep humiliating you, because a lot of times it is so that they can weaken you. And you can't be out here in times like these being weakened by niggas playing stupid ass mind games so that they can make themselves feel better. You gotta have all of your prestigious fortitude to deal with all of this real world shit. You know what I'm saying? To deal with all of this fucked up shit that's going on. But anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Tip your content creators, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right, peace out.